Up over on the left or the right? Okay, it didn't. Huzzah.
Welcome to ID at Xbox Showcase. I am Megan Camarena, also known as Strawberry17 Plays on Twitch. What's up?
Hello.
Hi, and I'm Steve Saylor, aka Blind Gamer Steve here on Twitch. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, chat. I see a few people in here. I see Panda Ninja 1345, Legend of the Baby, and Belly on Solo. Thank you so much all for tuning in today. I am really excited because today we're talking indies at Xbox. Megan, how like as hype level from 1 to 10, how are you?
43.
I'm over 9,000. Okay, Steve?
Oh, no.
Indie games are just like my favorite thing in the entire world. It's like someone had a crazy idea and they're like, let's turn it into a video game. And that's what makes my heart soar. Truly.
I love that because
They're
I'm
happy,
need your help
positive
because
people.
Of course I'm more of the
Nothing wrong
AAA
with that.
side. I play some indies here
I like
and
Steve
there.
quite a bit.
But I come from
I don't
that
know
side of
Strawberry,
things, so I
but she
want to be
seems
able to
very
like,
nice.
could you be my guide, my coach? Could you be my coach Ted Lasso today for all of indies?
Better yet, I'm going to be your Uncle Iroh, okay?
Hey, Rithwick.
There we go.
You're going to be
now we're talking.
my Zuko, and I'm going to show you the light. The greener pastures of indie gaming, and it's just gonna be,
How come?
it's gonna be a spiritual
how about we
experience,
just like
okay?
all
So
of
heat
it?
up that tea.
I like
We're about to
smaller
jump
games
right
and
in.
I like bigger games.
Yes, awesome. I'll have to grab some tea later. So for chat, for those who are watching, just to kind of like set things up, here's what's going to happen today. We're basically going to be about 2 hours of a ton of different stuff. And no, I wish, believe me, I wish I could be able to say what the release date is for Halo Infinite, but that is not the goal for today. Today is all about indies.
The release for Halo Infinite is
we
hopefully
have
games
so much
fun.
stuff planned for you.
That's my
Halo can sit down for a second, okay? It's the indie
Hey, we got a whole
game
thing.
Time to shine.
Trailer.
Master Chief.
Sarah Bond's great. New gameplay.
back,
Yeah,
okay?
Master
Demo.
Chief, he can wait.
Trailer?
He can chill for a
Ooh,
bit. It's okay.
I like this. The whole
He's got
schedule.
all winter.
A schedule.
He's got a 20th anniversary waiting for him.
Exactly.
Yeah, so on today's show, we'll be showcasing and celebrating indie Xbox
Chipmunk,
games.
none of
We'll
this
have
matters,
many
'cause, I
talented
mean,
devs joining us
this is
throughout
video
the day
games.
to talk about their games,
This will be a fun event.
Beyond Drive,
I'm gonna go get a
the
drink.
Veil
I'll
Shadow
be
of
right
the
back.
Crown,
I can hear
Stardew
you.
Valley. Yes, we have an announcement for Stardew Valley.
Stardew?
And
What?
Space Lines from the Far Out.
My wife and
we'll
I
also
have
be
played
joined by
way
guest
too much
streamers for
Stardew
some
Valley,
fun
so
interviews
that
and
makes
actual
me
live gameplay demos of some of the
unduly
games we're gonna be
excited.
talking about today, including we're gonna have some streamers that Bronze Girl, Ocadrian, and Snowlit.
We'll also have an exclusive interview with Sarah Bond, head of game creator experience at Microsoft. And throughout the day, we'll be dropping exclusive new game trailers and let you know what games are coming to Game Pass. So this is a first look. No one's seen this before.
Never before seen ever.
World
I love it. I love it.
premiere.
I'm
I'm
always
gonna have a
excited.
hard time containing myself because, like, at like E3, whenever an
Yeah,
Annapurna,
it looks like it's a more solid 2
like,
hours this time.
logo comes up, I'm the one that's screaming.
I'm excited.
in the
I'm really looking
crowd.
forward to this.
So
I'm gonna
if that
go
happens
maybe make
today,
a
I
coffee
might not be able to contain
and just
myself.
call
I'm
this a
just
coffee
letting
with
you know. I'm just
Cabesa.
really hyped for indie games.
Because I'm just a few hours later than normal.
I can't wait. I can't
And
wait to be
watching
able to
something.
like be here with that reaction with you. And also, speaking of you, chat. You're going to be a big part of today's show.
Oh,
I know
good.
You didn't
Thank
sign
God
up.
I don't
You didn't
have
sign
any
up for
chat
this, but
turned
it's
on,
your
and
job
YouTube
to
chat
sign
is
up.
very
Sign up
nice.
for it. Come on, it's Twitch.
Exactly. Make sure to take part using the chat. We'll be sending your thoughts, your questions, and we'll call you out all throughout the day. And I am just, I'm
I think
really,
the
really
show's
excited.
gonna be
So, chat,
good.
Come on, join in.
Yeah. And as a reminder, chat, all Twitch gaming shows are co-streamable. So join in on the fun and co-stream our shows, because why not?
Exactly, and I can attest. I've been a co-streamer for this, so this is great, and it's also DMCA free, which is a ton of fun.
Love that.
All right, and so throughout today's, we're gonna be showing a bunch of different stuff and never before seen trailers. So make sure to share your reactions here in Twitch chat. So let's get right into it. First up, we are dropping some new game trailers. Let's take a look.
Oh, I'm here. I'm taking a look. Oh, I got back. Oh, is this the one they had the demo of? No, I don't think it is. I'm intrigued. Yeah, DMCA free co-stream. Pretty much everything Xbox does, they're smart about that type of stuff. Oh, 4-player co-op mech farming on the frontier of the light year. All right. I am intrigued. I mean, you put mechs in it, I'm pretty intrigued. Yeah, they're really... Xbox is like the exact opposite of the others when it comes to trying to be really streamer, content creator friendly.
Driven from our homes by the toxic spores, we kept wandering, looking for shelter. But not in our wildest dreams did we imagine what we would find.
The spunk. Oh.
After all this time, we were given an opportunity. Together we will cross this vast poison wasteland.
It's like that beautiful Machines or whatever the hell it was movie, except for it's just a giant rock dinosaur horse.
Using everything we can find.
The grunk.
To build a society that can protect.
Oh, I like the little graphics. Little hand drawn.
Human and animal alike.
Planimal. Humanal. Man, back-to-back farming games. And Stardew later, yet another farming game. Gotta have controlled burns. It's the one thing we don't do very well. The indigenous people in America were very, very pro controlled burns to keep forest fires down, and we don't do it, and then it gets really bad, especially out west. My phone. I need to mute you. There we go. Shut up, idiot.
Hello, tester.
Oh, hi. I see a grid. I'm intrigued.
I am Sarah. My algorithms suggest you might enjoy wanton
I got a
solving puzzles. Do you
sparkling
feel
ice
safe
cherry
knowing
limeade.
you are being evaluated by your community? Good. I will now gauge your interest in multiplayer. I am helping. We are doing this together. We are bonding as people bond by doing at home. Do not panic. All of my
Ow.
systems are normal. 200%
Flashing at the end got me.
normal. 3000% normal. Completely normal.
How's the stream quality? Yeah, I remember this one. I look, man, it's a good, solid start.
What?
Wow.
Wait, where do we start? There's robots that farm, and then there's like another like a farming.
You old men are gonna have to put up with this positivity
Oh
of
my
these
gosh, on the
content
back of a
creators,
turtle?
not influencers.
Yes.
Influencers
Oh my
don't
gosh, we're
really
just
do
talking
anything.
about Avatar, The Last Airbender. That just gave me like those kind of vibes. Holy
totally
smokes!
did.
And
Oh
one
my
of
Man,
the-
I should have
gosh.
screenshot
Did it say
that
gameplay? Did
schedule.
I see
Damn it!
that?
I wonder if someone did.
I think I think it did.
Lab
For
Rat
Lightyear
Beast
Frontier,
Mode was the name of it.
That one
Yeah.
looks cool. So legit,
Am I too
love-
loud compared to them,
okay,
or are they
I mean,
too
I'm
loud
gonna go
compared
back
to me
as
when I'm
far as
talking?
Firefly. I love any kind of space
let's
show
do
that
it.
has a bunch of like kind of country sort of guitar to it soundtrack. That just
Yeah,
warms
yeah.
the cockles of my heart.
The cockles of your heart. I love these type of games because speaking of Stardew Valley, like Roller Coaster Tycoon, I also play like a lot of app games like Mini Motorways or Outlanders.
I'm too
and it's
loud.
all about
Okay,
kind
I'll
of
turn them
setting
up a little
your,
bit
your town and your community and watching it
because my mic's
thrive.
at the same
And,
it's always at. So
The first and second game both
it just
looked
means that
like
my
a lot of
desktop
that.
audio isn't normally that loud. 'Cause I'm not
Oh,
normally
so they're
This is
actually
what
so this is a
sound.
sequel then.
Yeah. Oh, is it?
I don't know. I'm just I'm curious. You're the guide.
Oh
That's
no,
okay,
no, I
though.
don't think it's a sequel.
okay.
This is. I'm just saying these are the types of games I love to
Oh,
play.
these are types of games.
I'm-
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because this
Sorry,
one
sorry,
it's
sorry,
like
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
no,
talk
no,
over
it's
them
fine. It
very
looks like
often.
it's kind of like a No Man's Sky, but like maybe a little bit of like multiplayer kind of thing or co-op
Yeah, yeah.
at least. So that looks really really cool. Now tell me about Wandering Village here.
There,
What
I'll
are your
put them back
excitement
down a
levels for
bit,
this?
Ooh.
and I'll
It
raise
looks
it
like,
on
so I
gameplay.
love the little like story in the beginning.
Or
It
Sarah
kind
Bond,
of
'cause
like
she's
it
great.
made my heart a little tender. Chat says they're stoked to play. It looks super cute. I love the artwork. This is such a beautiful looking game already from the start, and I wonder what's the story, what's the world that we're living in, and how
Dinosaur
do we
back
like progress
world?
throughout the game. I imagine you just I imagine you could
I'm
like
38, Morton. I
like,
watch
what,
Twitch
do-
all the time.
Do you
It
advance in
depends. I
civilization?
mean, you know,
Do you start having skyscrapers?
I'm into
what?
the long
What
form.
happened?
I just put it
You
on my
know?
TV,
Oh my
Stay pretty
gosh,
and I'm
rushed
doing
out.
like,
work.
That
which
would be
right
interesting
now
too,
means
because I'm
playing
thinking,
games or
like,
something.
'cause it looks like it,
and I just have
it is a bit of kind of like
people
it
I
has,
enjoy
like, to me,
watching
it has
on.
like a Stardew Valley kind of vibe, which is
It's not going
which
to be for
already
everyone.
like I was kind of set, like I was already interested a little bit in Stardew. I haven't played it yet, but I'm like, this is kind of like a cool thing. I don't know. It's the island on the turtle's back. That's just still kind of
Turtle.
like I don't know why that's messing with my head, but I'm like I think that's just so interesting
Discworld.
and so cool. I kind of want to like.
All
I
right,
kinda
is
wanna
this
play
better? Okay, I won't do that. That would be mean.
Flamethrowers? Look at that.
now. Flamethrowers.
What's happening there? How do you
Oh my gosh.
expand?
Yeah,
I'm
I
kinda
know, I
wondering
know.
that too, because now it looks like
Oh, no.
okay, so that looks
That
like a
one's
skeleton
dead.
of an old turtle.
But, I mean,
Does that
this
we
is-
get to find like
these
other
are
people's
popular
turtles
people
in other
on
people's
Twitch,
like
so-
villages.
Oh my gosh, and what if you could like trade resources or something like that?
They know
Ooh, I
they'll
like
What
get
if
that.
there's
us
zombie
old,
people on the dead dinosaurs?
There we go.
Oh my gosh.
There we go.
Okay, okay,
They know they'll get us old stick in the mud Xbox fans. They're trying to push for the Zoomer audience who are more into, you know, they're not going to be what we are into.
But
I'm
this
just,
is
like,
what
and we got-
messed me up about
Coverage-wise.
this AI system. I was like, wait, what?
Exactly. Yeah. It's like sort of like it makes it seem like kind of like a GLaDOS, sort of like.
Yeah, I'm not the bubbly, precocious, happy type. I think I'm pretty positive overall, but
You know, AI is just never always our friend in games, and it looks like
yeah, it's a little.
everything is fine, quote unquote. I'm like,
I'm from what I can see on the schedule, this one will probably be a little less filly than the last one was. The last one had a lot of fill time.
I mean, it looks like you need a big brain for that last game.
Yeah, my daughter is on
That's the thing,
TikTok
I like to play the big
all
games,
day, no matter how much.
big
And if we say,
brain.
hey, you should take a little time off your phone, she just gets mad and
It's
throws her
like
phone.
to, like,
Fine, I will. It's like,
sit there and be like,
okay, thank you.
not sure what to do. And
You
then
break
there's
your
always
phone, you're
that
not getting
one
another one.
Person in chat that's like,
You know.
down left, right, and then turn around, and then it's done. And then I'm like, wait, I think I got it. I think I have this. And then
I like puzzle games too, and I like actually with games.
I need to get some freaking colored lights behind me. Everyone else has got them.
Plays the game. I wonder if that's true.
I got that damn.
Dope. Oh my gosh, like kind of like a ghost system, being like, okay, well, how did everyone else sort of do? And like, oh, that'd be, now the brain's firing. Now I'm like, okay, I kind of want to see what more about this game. I want to know more about it. This is, oh my gosh, I'm excited.
me too. Well, I
Power
guess
button on this side.
we're gonna intro the next trailer. We have more trailer reveals for you right now. Next
Forget how
up,
to turn it on.
new
Have
gameplay
it.
and new feature trailers. Let's take a hot look.
Oh, I remember this. This was at 2 years ago, E3. And it looked interesting then. Turn the sound back up. Here we go. A little too much. I turned it up. It's just music. Oh. Oh, it's just out of frame, damn it. Oh well, it's there enough. Oh, this winter. Cool. Yeah, that one got announced a long time ago.
Hi there, I'm Simon
Ollie
Bennett
Ollie.
from award-winning studio Roll7, and this is our new game, Ollie Ollie World.
Yep.
It's a bold new
Ollie Ollie's
action
fun.
platformer that's bursting with personality, with
Shit,
a
there's been
cartoon-inspired art style,
a bunch of interesting looking
approachable yet
things,
deep
or things I
mechanics,
already was into.
and a slick soundtrack to boot. But who are you in all of this?
Yeah,
Well,
this
we're
one looks nice.
excited to reveal today that you can be whoever you want to be.
Go away,
For
Twitch
the
overlay.
first time in the series, you can fully customize your character, from your body type and skin tone to your dress sense and skateboard. You have full control, so you can choose
God,
the
this
vibe that
Twitch
suits
overlay,
you.
if you go over it. There we go. Piss off.
But of course, it's more than just picking the right moustache. From Drake's functional workwear to the eco-friendly gear from Twiggy's, as well as tie-dye stone
Oh,
threads from
good, somebody
Face
did make
Melter,
a picture of
there are
the
hundreds of different clothing items to choose from. Unlock and combine
Schedule.
as you explore Ollie Ollie World. Want to skate in your flip-flops? We got you covered. Want to wear a bumblebee onesie? Alright, no worries. In Ollie Ollie World,
Sarah Bond
as
is
long
already
as you're
supposed
on
to be
a
up.
board, anything goes.
Are they already behind or something?
But that's not all.
It's
We're also
12:15
giving you
for
the
her.
ability to shape how you skate and the kind of style you have.
Yeah, I really like the way
Go
this looks.
retro with loads of old school grabs, play it steezy with a running start, or take the high road with your rival.
Play it,
friends.
Stacey. I am
All
hip
of this
and with it
combines
with
to
the
allow you
kids.
to really make your character your own and stand out in the community challenge modes with your own personality. And finally, I'm excited to announce that if you play Ollie Ollie World on Xbox Series consoles, then you'll be able to experience the sublime flow state gameplay.
It's fun. I'll probably do
up
this
to
again with
super
Gamescom.
Smooth 120
In
frames
two-
a second
2
and
weeks?
beautiful
I think 2
4K
weeks, yeah.
resolution.
Roughly the same time, too.
Ollie Ollie World also supports smart delivery and is coming to Xbox Series X and S and Xbox One this winter.
Winter, another one. Man. Private Division and Roll 7. Alright, I'll remember those for when I desperately try and get a code. Yeah, 4K 120. Little games like that should be able to do it on both systems. Pretty easy. Get to 120. Uh-oh. Oh, wow. That's strikingly cool looking at first. Oh, Jesus Christ. Woo! It was like his drawings to deal with his grief. Yeah. Man. What a start to this. Do-do-do! Uh-oh. Christ. Artist's a dick. Oh, shit. It's coming out soon. Damn. I am interested.
Quit moving around so much, Bobblehead.
Sam and
When are we
Max.
gonna get another case, Sam?
Okay, don't scream this time. Sam and Max reporting for duty.
You said duty.
We're after the most infamous crime outfit in the city.
Where do we start, Sam?
No idea. Let's go.
When you love
I'm
what
on
you
low
do,
latency,
it
not
doesn't
ultra
even
low.
feel like
Sorry.
work.
I should have been an ultra
We've
low.
got to stop that
Maybe
thief from
I'll,
hypnotizing anyone else. Pretty
can't
sharp,
switch.
McGruff.
Shit.
Don't call me that.
I'm probably about 10 or 15 seconds behind live instead
Shouldn't
of
we
fire.
revel a little?
Our journey to the dark side has just begun.
Oh, shadow drop. All right, and
Wait,
Whoa.
available
Lower.
today? Sam and Max remastered? What?
Wait,
Oh my god! Oh,
I just like the I like the ultra low so that I can
Not too
talk to you
bad.
guys more quickly instead of having to wait for the interaction.
yeah. Oh wow. Okay.
But yeah,
Oh,
I like shadow drops.
Okay. Sam and Max.
This is already better than most Xbox E3s because they never shadow drop.
So Sam and Max save the world.
It's also not better,
remastered.
but it's been very good.
The fact that it's available today, okay, I'm excited. I think
Okay.
I'm gonna. Not gonna lie. Sorry, folks at Twitch Game. I'm gonna go download it right now and I'm gonna start
playing
playing
it right now in the background.
Yeah, like peace out. I'm out.
Okay, wait, let's go.
Steve, you can just open your phone; it'll show right up.
Have you ever played Lost Worlds Beyond the Page?
No, I haven't.
Oh, speaking of,
Where
12 minutes is
basically
up on the store now.
and,
It's not
things-
installable with Game Pass yet, though it'll be on Game Pass at launch. But you can
I love those type of games.
go into the Xbox app, search for the game, and install it to your system to have it ready for. It's only like 2 gigabytes, so because I mean it's a game literally set in one apartment with 3 people talking, so it's not very big. But if you want to preload it, you can.
Colored in and reveal themselves as you start playing and exploring
Raise
more
them
of
up a
the page.
little bit.
It's so pretty, and the art style is just fantastic.
Yeah, that's cool. I wonder how much the Sam and Max is.
Oh, that looks
It's
really,
up on the
really
app
cool.
yet.
And I mean, I'm always on the lookout for a new sort of like RPG to kind of sink like my time into. And this kind of has like a cool like if I was bored in school. Sitting at my desk and I was just sort of like just doodling
Right.
in my notepad, like that. This is the kind of thing that I just sort of would imagine, myself doing, like just coming up with this sort of crazy world that, holy cow, this spread like this is huge. This looks awesome.
Yeah. The visuals are just so fun too. I love all that. It reminds me of Toy Story a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. You know, it has all these different elements where it's like super refreshing for the eye to see. It looks so fun. It looks super cute, and it looks like it's gonna be a really, really good time. I wonder what the story is. That kid is. Oh.
Yeah, I personally, Raphael, I just
So
have
there we go.
no
We're
interest in
gonna
handhelds.
have
Yeah, right
some
around the
fun
corner.
I
games
also
that
do
we
have
can
very
still play in the
big
winter,
hands,
I love
so
that.
something like
now
the
let's talk about
Switch
Ollie
just
Ollie
it feels
World, 'cause-
terrible.
Have you played Ooblets?
Like those
No, I
little
haven't.
tiny Joy-Cons on the
Okay.
go.
Oh my goodness, that's another like.
I
really
have a
great
Steam
game
Deck
on
pre-ordered,
Xbox,
but
I
have to see
this
if I
game
actually
kinda
have the
reminds
money
me of
for
that
it when
just
it
a little
comes
bit,
out.
But it's skateboarding, and I love skateboarding, Steve. I don't know if you know this about me. I've been
But I
skating
am
for the
I am
last
very
20
much
years.
a
So,
console
and it had a skateboarding game.
or sometimes
Sign me up.
laptop and then nice monitor.
Okay, because I was gonna say like this
when
is
I'm
kind
gaming.
of giving me like I can't skateboard to save my life because being blind, you know, eye-hand
Yeah.
coordination,
Yeah,
right?
I got-
Feet
these things are
coordination doesn't seem to
enormous.
work out too well. But I do remember playing like Tony
Here's a
Hawk
can
and
of
all that back in the
Monster.
day. So like, and even I think there
And
was
then
like,
here's
even
my
I played
giant
Skate
hand.
for a little bit. So this kind of gives
Yeah.
me kind of like a nice cartoon like '90s vibe.
A little bit
to
like
it.
Rocket Power. KC22
Yeah.
says it's
Annoying as hell
Ooblets
to buy
meets
a
Tony Hawk.
decent pair of gloves.
Definitely.
Oh, I love that. That's a yeah.
Yeah, I know. They said Sarah Bond at
And
9:15,
then,
which
like,
was
and
like
then
what?
Sam and Max too, like that, like remastered.
Oh, and ink.
So it's
like
9:23
ink.
Pacific
Ink.
right
You missed
now.
out.
Yeah.
Ink's- That's gonna make me cry.
Weird.
That's gonna make me ugly cry, and I'm here for it. I love a good game that makes me ugly cry. All right.
That got creepy near the end there. I was like,
Yeah,
I
I'm
was
the
on
same.
board. It was like cool hand
Even,
drawn from the artist.
the
I'm like,
Switch Pro
this is gonna be a
controller
nice
feels
kinda chill
okay,
time, and then all of a
But
sudden this
I mean, then that defeats the
hand, like,
purpose
hand
of
God
it being a
comes out of
handheld.
nowhere
I have to
and, like,
still
kidnaps one of your
sit it down on a
friends.
desk
What?
or
Steve,
connect
my
it to a
butt
TV.
flinched, okay. I don't know if I could say that, but it did. All right.
I get it. I get it. I was in there with you. I was like, wait, what? Okay, what's going on? I need to know now.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. So all right, chat. We're like, and I know, and I get it. A lot of talky, not a lot of gameplay, not a lot of trailers. I understand that. But think of this as also like a reveal trailer, but also a little bit of reaction streams that you see with your friends. So that's kind of a
I'm the reaction stream. Me.
But
I'm reacting to the reacting.
Exactly, because we have an
It's a
amazing,
double reaction stream.
amazing guest here. Oh yeah.
She's finally here.
We're talking big time. Today's showcase is focused on celebrating all the amazing indie games coming to Xbox soon. And Sarah Bond, who is the head of creator experience at Microsoft, will be joining us in a moment to share her thoughts on this incredible indie dev program. Before we say hello, let's take a look at all the amazing work coming from ID at Xbox.
Ooh, Twiwa. Sable? I don't know. Oh, that one? Friggin' Christ. I played the demo of that, and I really liked it. Yeah. It was like the half strategy, half twin-stick shooter game. Tower defense. Strategy, tower defense, twin stick. That is coming to Game Pass. That looks nice. That looks interesting. Sable's demo was a bit slow. I'm interested to see what the full game is like. That's... maybe? What the hell? Hey, it's Crimson Skies. Yes. That's not for me, but... you know, I bet you I would probably like this freaking one. Paparazzi. Oh my god. Paparazzi. Okay. The winner is Paparazzi because there was a dog on a skateboard. Yep.
Thanks for joining us, Sarah.
Gosh. Sarah, hello.
That was awesome. Hi, how are you guys? Thanks for having me.
Good. How are you?
You're welcome for having you.
Great.
I'm part of this interview too.
I just love seeing all of those games. They just every time I see ID games, it makes me smile.
Me too. Sarah, okay, for anyone who doesn't know, could you tell us a little bit about your role at Microsoft?
Yeah, so I lead
always changing
creator experience at Microsoft, which means that my team and we get to manage all the relationships we have with game developers.
That's a lot of
around
relationships.
The world, but we also develop the tools and services that game creators use to make their games.
It's so amazing what you guys do, and
I want that
can't
pillow
tell you how much
controller.
it means to me as a gamer, because
I can't turn them up a bit.
A lot of games from developers who are publishing for their very first time. They may not have the platform or the funding to be able to see their dream come to pass. And the ID at Xbox program, it helps accelerate that in such a beautiful way. What excites you most about that fact?
Yeah, there are so many things that I love about ID at Xbox and what it unlocks. You know, game creation is extremely complex, but it's also beautiful because you get to tell a story from a point of view. But it can be hard. It can be hard to break into the industry. And that's one of the reasons why we created ID at Xbox, is to make it possible for any dev to have an idea,
our own
to
Nick
create
Baker
it
is
and bring it to
Xbox
Xbox.
dev. He never did
Because
anything with it,
that
but he
means that we
was.
get to hear their stories, and it creates enormous opportunity for them. So that montage you just saw, you know, what I loved about it is the games look amazing, but it showcases developers from around the world, developers from different backgrounds.
Her webcam's a little too fuzzy. It's hard to make it out.
Non-binary devs, a solo African-American developer. And that, I think, is incredible because those are voices that today aren't as represented in our industry as we would like. And they get to actually come to console for the first time with ID at Xbox.
They made some
I love that because
games.
you mentioned in regards to like diverse developers, like there's a wide variety of devs out there from everything from AAA to indie, and I love what ID at Xbox is doing. Like even from my side, like I come from the accessibility side, seeing kind of what Xbox has
Having
been
your
able
own
to
name and a
provide
sign
developers
behind you,
in
my
regards
goodness,
to
Steve.
accessibility guidelines and play testing and all that stuff. And it seems that like Xbox provides a lot of resources and tools for developers to try to be able to make kind of their dream game how they want it to. So what role does ID at Xbox play when supporting those independent game creators and get their games published within Xbox?
Yeah, I love that you point that out. So ID at Xbox is this incredible program. You can, if you want to make a game, if you're a game developer, you aspire to make a game, all you have to do is go to id@xbox.com, the website. You can register. Once you're registered, you get to communicate with our team. And when you have your game concept, you submit your game concept. And when the game concept is approved, we give you the tools that you need to make that game. So you'll get 2 free dev kits. You get full
That's
access to
crazy.
the SDK
The
and all of the
2 dev
guidelines
kits
to
and-
make your
yeah.
game. And then at the
That's
end of the
nuts how
cycle, when your game
easy
is
they
complete
make
and
the
you're ready to
accessibility for
submit,
that.
you can submit the title, get it certified and published, and also
Yeah, she's pretty great,
continually
Mort.
be able to
Really
update
like her.
that title for free on our platform. So it really makes the process of publishing a game very, very easy and self-service for all developers globally.
I love that. And so, like, with
Free
all
dev
of the
kits.
games that we're
Crazy.
announcing today, as well as what you've kind of already previously been announced, like just even that hype trailer was just so awesome. What, like, for you personally, what is like ID at Xbox's proudest accomplishment to date?
Cuphead.
Gosh, that's a hard one.
I know. It's hard like trying to pick your children.
I know, like it's really hard. And it's probably one of the parts of my job that I love most, just because of what we get to see and all the incredible experiences. But I would just say that, since ID at Xbox has launched, we've actually brought more than 2,000 games to Xbox, and game developers have made over $2 billion in revenue
That's a
from
little
the
bit of
ID
money.
at Xbox program. And
Wow.
that just makes me just so joyful, because this is opportunity that otherwise wouldn't exist for developers. They're games that get to be experienced by players that might have never otherwise seen the world. And I just love that part of the program, and I can't wait to see it continue.
I love that, and also keeping kind of expanding on that a bit. Like, we've seen like indies make like a huge splash in
So
the
blonde.
industry over the past few years, and even more so over the course of this past year within the pandemic, when people are just trying to find games to be able to play. So, are you surprised that the indie game space has captured worldwide attention and also huge fan bases?
I mean, honestly, not at all. When I first started in this role, that was one of the things that really attracted me to it. There are games and brands that we all know and love, but in the indie space, you continuously see just creations, experiences, technological breakthroughs that are at the forefront of the industry. And I love that people are seeing that more, enjoying it more. It's a part of our
yes, I
industry
like that
that we've been
controller pillar
embracing
too.
more and more.
Grand bar.
And I also have loved all that we've been able to do with indies through Game Pass, which has really accelerated the ability for them to be discovered and played globally. So for me, it's something that I think is only going to become bigger, especially as we develop more and more tools and services that really democratize game development and make it possible for teams of all sizes to create their vision fully.
I think you touched on something that
The
I
thing after
absolutely
her was
love, and I
listed
know
as
that you are
new
like
gameplay
obviously a huge
trailers.
fan of Game Pass.
And then a
I am
game
as
demo
well
of Eon
for
Drive.
accessibility purposes, because it allows us to be able to kind of
Yes.
have that the day of the
That's
demos
through 10
again,
o'clock.
which is so cool. You can
Yeah.
download a game,
That's
try it
cool,
out.
Steve.
If it doesn't work for you, you can delete it and try a different one. And I love that sort of like you're using kind of like indies and
drop the link
at
for
Xbox to
anyone that
kind of like
wants the,
really push the Game Pass forward. So how is that working with Game Pass with the indie studios to try to like kind of combine the two together, kind of make like this
Schedule for the show.
like amazing experience for developers?
Yeah, I mean, developers do love Game Pass. It's a great service for players, like you said, because you get to try games, but it's also a great service for developers, and particularly indie developers, because it drives discovery. So we see that games that go into Game Pass, engagement in those games goes up about 8 times versus otherwise, and people who subscribe to Game Pass play about 40% more games, and they play way more genres because people are willing to try something they wouldn't as other before. And because indies, by their very nature, are most often something we haven't seen before, it's something creative and new, it's hugely valuable to them. I think it's really changed how a lot of us think of gaming, because before, people might say, look, I'm only gonna buy 1 or 2 games from a brand I know. Now with Game Pass, with a monthly subscription, you can try all of these games and continue to explore and learn and see things that are
You
new
can
and
see it on
exciting.
here. I can make my thing a little bigger.
It's also so cool, the marketing behind ID at Xbox. These indie developers, they can have a really good
the
idea
Halo
and a cool
Reach.
game, but it could go up on Steam and no one
That my
ever
wife
gets to
got
play
me.
it or see it.
And
And
then
you guys have
Halo 5
such
next to
a
it.
great platform to be able to showcase and sell the game to people who might not normally play it. That's been my favorite thing. I love going through and watching the trailer. I love the showcases. They're just like kind of my absolute favorite thing.
Fine.
So my final question for you is, how do developers get involved at ID at Xbox? How do they make their dream game come true? And how do you guys help them?
Look, just reach out. It seems amazing that it's that simple, but if you go to id@xbox.com, you register, you get to talk to our team, we'll lean in and help you. And I love the other thing you mentioned, because the help it starts with developing the game, but we also are really committed to marketing our ID at Xbox games. We love having them in the E3 showcase. We love having live streams with them. We love showcasing them on the Dash, bringing them into Game Pass, and really enabling these developers to be successful. But the first step is easy, which is just reach out and register with us so that we can start working together.
I love that. You're making dreams come true.
I hate that.
I get more games to play.
I'm
So
the different
thank
one
you.
here.
Thank you so much, Sarah.
Are you going to submit a game?
I'm thinking about it. I kid you not. I was thinking about it yesterday. I have a couple games in my noggin, and I'm like, hey.
$20,000.
Okay,
love
Sarah.
that.
Okay, Sarah, I'll check your email, okay? I'm coming. Thank you so much for
Perfect.
joining
Time is
us.
now.
Exactly.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you very much,
Sarah,
guys.
thank you
Take
so
care.
very much. You're the ultimate badass at Xbox, and I love it to be able to talk to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Steve, did you hear
I
that?
love Sarah.
Sarah said we're friends now, basically.
Oh my gosh! I could be friends with Sarah Bond. That's so cool.
I guess we're friends. I said.
Oh, the
hi,
volume.
but
Oh, no, the
just,
slider.
think it was,
Oh, shit.
There was something
Okay.
there, right?
Yeah, there was something. Yeah, I felt it too. I felt the friendly vibes for sure.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I just need to work on that
well, when an executive is in marketing mode, you're probably going to feel the friendly vibes.
Have coffee with tea, whatever. I like that.
Ooh,
Cool.
I like where this is going.
Exactly. I like brainstorming. Cool. Well, thank you so much again to Sarah for joining us today. We have more trailer reveals for you right now. Next up, new gameplay and new features trailers. Let's take a look. There's stuff happening. Oh, keep react. Okay, you know what? Take a pause. We had a bit of technical difficulties in there. Just to let you know, it's okay. We're trying to build.
Steve, I disappeared.
I just disappeared. Oh no.
It's not even Monday. It's Tuesday, and my computer just was like, you know what? We're just gonna hack things up.
Yeah, it just didn't want to work well and play with others. So
that ever happened to you, where things just don't.
I'm going to get the sound up a little bit and maybe grab a little snack as we
happens.
go into this.
It totally happens. It's all good. So
can
instead of
hear
extra
you.
trailers, we're actually gonna jump into
Grab a snack, be right
really
back.
cool gameplay segment. So up next, we have That Bronze Girl is going to be joined by another Twitch gaming regular, Adrian. You've seen him here before for a live. I love him too. For a live gameplay demonstration of Eon Drive with the dev team. Eon Drive, an action platformer with a speedrunning twist. In Eon Drive, you can rush through cyberpunk landscapes of Neo Barcelona while using time and space bending abilities to get ahead. Before we welcome the Eon Drive team and our playtester Adrian to the ID at Xbox showcase, let's take a look at the trailer.
Ooh.
Pixel art.
We're through. Let's get to it. Wait, who are you?
could be interesting depending on the price. Otherwise, I'm a bit eh. I'm running with her. Well, that's me. Okay. That wasn't actually me. I'm kidding. NASA.
Hello, I am that bronze girl, and I'm here with Okadrian. We are going to be speaking with the devs of Eon Drive today. How's everyone feeling?
Fine, thanks.
I rubbed my elbow.
Hello, hello.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Hello.
Oh my God, stop rubbing your elbow.
So,
Getting
I'm
creeped
sorry,
out.
I think I might have a little bit of a delay. So we got to take a look at some of the gameplay for Eon Drive that
I'm
Okadrian was running
interested.
through.
What is
Eon
and
Drive
isn't on
is
Game Pass
set
here?
in Neo Barcelona. Can I ask what the inspiration for this location was?
I went to the future and I
Well, that
visited
was
Neo Barcelona.
Pretty easy. Most of the team is from Barcelona, from the actual Barcelona city. So we wanted to kind of bring a parallel version of our city and show
We're
it
all
to the
very
world
sad about
in a different
losing
light, right?
Soccer
Fantastic.
Man.
The soundtrack was also absolutely amazing. Do you have any touchstones for what inspired you for the music, or any artists you were excited to work with?
Not sure yet, Nine Lives.
Yeah,
They'll probably give a list at
we've
the end
been
on what
working
is or
with,
isn't coming to Game Pass.
Music Vortex. He's a composer in the Netherlands and has created the whole soundtrack for.
Just keeping it together
for
well
Eon
for
Drive.
being sad about losing
It's
Messi.
mostly synth based. We try to go for this kind of cyberpunk type of vibe, and but it was.
I wonder, it might just be like a nervous
mixing a
tick.
bit of retro
You never know.
music from the
Might be a
80s,
comfort thing.
so pop music from the 80s. So if you pay attention to
Shit.
the soundtrack, you may
Said the word
hear
shit
some
in the text there.
tunes
Shit,
that
shit.
remind you of that. We also have one special track that's been done by special guest Megan McDuffie, where we have
Yeah, so we
voice as
got
well.
this, then a
she sings
trailer
in the-
reveal at
in
10,
the song,
a
and,
dev chat 10:05.
That's with it.
Trailer coming to Game Pass is
Fantastic.
10:15 Pacific.
I saw that there's like a Discord integration.
So I would
and that
imagine
there's
anything
the
not in that
ability to
trailer
play,
probably isn't Game
co-op as
Pass?
well as competitively. Do you mind going into that a little bit
Let's
on
see.
how that works?
Yeah, once the game launch, there will be the mode to play the campaign in co-op, so you can play with up to 3 friends, so that would make 4 of you. You can play through the story together. And there will also be a PvP mode where you can go and race all the tracks and see who wins.
Fantastic. You know, with
Fantastico.
games like these, I find sometimes, like with side-scrolling platformers, they're very difficult. But it seems like the protagonist actually has some special powers at her sort of whims to help you get
Disposal.
through the level. Do you mind going into that a little bit about how that works?
I do mind. I won't do it.
Yeah. This is
Oh.
Jack. You can see her now. She will have her trustworthy sword to slice some enemies along the way, and her teleportation dagger that you can use. We will see it now. There you go. She can use it to teleport through, space and time. All the levels feature a 30-second timer, but you can add time to the clock. So even though it's like focus on speed running and beating the timer, we also wanted to cater for people that want a more, relaxed approach. They want to enjoy it to a certain extent. So you can add a little bit of time to the 30 seconds and take a little bit more to complete each level.
Yeah. How does the co-op affect that at all? Do you still have 30 seconds? Are there ways for you to add time to like your team timer?
It will work the same. You can add the time on the regular mode of the game if you choose to do it in co-op. And for the race, it's through laps. So, for example, you will have customization. You can select how many laps you want, and the first one to complete the full circuit will get the first place.
Fantastic. It looks like Okadrian might be running into some issues there, but Okadrian, you do play a lot of retro games. What do you think the
This game
speed
froze.
running potential of a game like this is?
It's exciting because I'm gonna tell you what, I won't look at the rankings chart unless I'm top 100, right? But I like the idea of playing fast and trying to beat things because it gives you incentive to do your best. And like, I can do that faster, I can do it better. And even if you can't, upgrade yourself to the top 100, you can ask your friends, how fast did you beat that? 12 seconds? Cool, I did 9, and then never play it again. That level.
Just go for the perfect run.
Yeah.
Exactly. Go out while you're on top. Now, from my understanding, Eon Drive follows this woman who's trapped on a planet and has to collect all the drive cores. Do you mind going into the story just a little bit? Who is she? Where is she from? And why is she here?
I want one time. I wanted that to just
Jacqueline
say no.
is our protagonist.
I'm not going to do that.
And from a narrative point of
doing
view,
our
she's
pre-planned things.
arriving
I'm going
to
to talk about
this
Bitcoin.
alternative Earth after the story that was told in our first game in Dimension Drive. Dimension Drive was a shooter in space. It had nothing to do with the gameplay that you see here. But the story picks up right after that. So after Dimension Drive, she goes through a portal after a big explosion, and then eventually she winds up crash landing in this Earth, in this new Earth. And while she's crash landing, the engine of the ship kind of breaks apart, and all the
absolutely nerve-wracking
cores that
to
power
play
it
something like this on
go in different
with
places in the city.
Probably.
And the problem is that they are
hundreds of
unstable
thousands
now,
of people
and
watching,
if you don't retrieve them and bring them back to the spaceship in time, the whole city will explode and most likely take out the planet even.
Oh, so that's where the 30-second timer comes in from. Fantastic.
Who's breathing into their mic?
Adrian, do you mind going into some of the tools you have at your
Adrian, stop breathing into
disposal
your
to get through
microphone.
the level a little bit faster?
Yeah, no problem. So I can throw my little sword dagger right there. I cannot talk and game at the same time. I just figured out 5 seconds ago. But I have my little dagger I can throw to help me get across maps faster. Also, as you can see, when you're falling down a pit, it's nice to have that dagger in place so it can save you last second. But it allows you to teleport to different things.
It always depends, Rithwick. You don't know.
Like the X button,
when you saw the devs gameplay,
low on time, press the
it
Y
was
button.
better looking.
You have stored in the right
someone,
corner.
I don't know how long he's been playing it. So.
How am I not even? There's no one else in the leaderboard except me, and I'm not even like top 10. How does that happen?
Well, this is a special version of a build just for you. So.
I'm not even top 10 in my own build.
You'll be forever first on this build.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's really
Speaking
cool.
of that
always number one.
Sort of time warping, Adrian, do the devs mind going
I'm
into some of like, what is
interested
the
to
unique
see
time
how
warping
it feels
mechanic in Eon
personally
Drive?
compared to. It can be hard to tell sometimes just based on watching
basically
somebody
what
else
Adrian
play.
was explaining that we wanted to make the level built for speedrunning from the ground up, right? From the very moment that we started building, we thought we want to have all the levels
CRT.
on a 30-second timer, and all the levels should be possible to complete in that time. But then we thought we want to give also accessibility to players.
It's going to depend with
on
just how it
a level in 30 seconds,
feels
or they want to play more
us,
chill, right? So we added this idea.
It can be hard to tell with these sometimes.
Collectibles around the level, these time capsules.
Most of us will never know if it's not on Game
your,
Pass. The unfortunate reality. I feel
timer
bad
at the
about
top.
sometimes.
And whenever you want, you can just press Y, and if you have enough time capsules, you can grant yourself 5 extra seconds. So that gives you a bit of a less of a challenge and allows you to complete a level that maybe is too difficult for you at that time, or
because you suck,
you
Adrian. Sorry to say it.
Take it more calmly, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, if you do that, you will do a very poor time, and there goes your competition.
I'd be pooping my pants if I was
right.
live
Eon
streaming
Drive
a game
kind
I've
of seems like
probably
the
barely
game
played.
that because I'm not very
like
good
this.
at side-scrolling platformers, to be completely honest. I have to. That's
But
why
you gotta be
Adrian's
using a clear
playing and not me. But one of the things I find interesting is it seems like you can go for perfection and go for a great time. But if you hit a hard wall,
Adrian,
you can still use these different mechanics to kind of increase or lower the difficulty. Am I getting at that right?
Yeah, that's basically what we were going for. So everyone can enjoy the game at their own pace, and there's definitely enjoyment for the casual player and for the ones that
there's a little
really
bit too
want
much
to
screen
grind the
shake. I wonder if you can turn that
leaderboards
down.
and get that #1 spot.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I absolutely
think they have him there
love
not
just
for great
the
play,
little bit
but
of
for
the levels
the
we've seen here. They're beautiful. What were some of
personality
the
of whenever he messes
inspirations or
up.
challenges when you were designing these levels?
I'm interested in this, depending on the price.
Well, from
I
a
never do the multiplayer though,
gameplay
so that
design
kills
point
it
of
a bit
view,
for
which
me.
is my fault because I'm the designer. I would not enter too much into the art side, maybe later. But from a gameplay design point of view, what we wanted was to give you that
Smokey,
feeling of
it's so hard to do it
kind of like a
live like
labyrinth
that. I mean, that's
of a
why people
maze
like
where you
watching people like, you know,
have to search your way around.
Shroud
It's not
and
like your
others,
typical
because
left
they're
to right
able to
linear platformer
live
where
stream to
you
20,
just
30,
go forward
sometimes
and there's your
200,000
exit.
people
You have to really
and
navigate
do
and
really
find your
good
way
while
around.
doing
And there
it.
are
It's
different
a very
paths
particular
and
skill.
several secrets and
Oh, yeah, he's doing pretty
shortcuts
terrible.
and sometimes
But maybe we all
what we
would be
tried as
doing
well
terrible.
was to make sometimes the hardest path is actually the fastest, but it's very hard to pull off, right? So in a way it goes tight hand in hand with that idea of giving players a challenge that's suitable to their needs, and so they can find a route that they say, okay, this path is fine for me and I can make it, but I see another one that is up there and probably it's faster, but it's full of spikes
Not for
and saws
bad
and enemies.
language or
and
being
I'm
a
not gonna
dick or
make it.
anything, just for being a
Yeah.
Yeah, I
not
think
an
we saw
actual
Adrian just
real
go through
account.
one of those. Adrian, how are we faring on the
They just
shortcut?
like link to us and then
So
link to their page.
there's been a couple of moments
try
of
and
I wonder
get
if I
their
can do
Google
that,
SEO
and a
up.
couple moments of it turns out I can't do that.
Gone. Permanent
And so
IP banned.
I've been experimenting with that.
Only we may
also,
do that, but we don't do that.
The timing on the walls is really, really good too. I swear, I'm better than what it looks like right now. But the game is really fun in terms of the idea of where do you want to go and how do you want to get there.
Pretty much
right?
for any of our forum
As we
users, if
know
you
right
ever
now,
see
at least
someone
it looks
pop
like
in,
it's left to right.
ask a
The
question
idea
that's
of
really basic
which
and
left to right
obvious,
do you want to go to get over
but
there.
then never
I really enjoy that the entire
actually
time. And
respond to any of
I
the
feel like
answers
the
until a day later,
hitboxes
where
on
they
the
then
saw
link
blades
to
and different
another
mechanical
site that has
devices
the
are
answer,
generous.
but they
They're not
never respond to
way
anyone.
out there, it seems like.
They're linking
which I
to
was scared
their
of.
site on our high volume
Fantastic.
forum.
Would you
so
say
that, they
that
can
you
get
can
hits.
see
So you
yourself
anything like that, you
trying
just
to
report 'em.
perfect this level over
We
time?
will myrtleize their account.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I get mad if the smallest thing happens. Especially, I wasn't kidding earlier. If a friend's like, "Hey, did you play this?" Yeah, I did. How'd you
I will
do?
punch my
I beat
friend
your
in the
time by
face
1
until
second.
he's dead.
I will
I
legit
am not
log back
kidding.
in and farm until I get my second back. So, absolutely.
Sounds like the Dan
Fantastic.
Reichert versus
I love
Jeff
it.
Grubb PlayStation.
So you said with the power
robot
sword, you
time trial
can
game
you can
feud.
throw it to teleport, and you can break barriers or enemies with it.
Yep.
That's fantastic.
yes.
Where did? Oh, sorry.
You're sorry.
No, you can go ahead. You can go ahead.
Yeah, I'm
It's
curious
really
about
hard
the
to talk to
protagonist. Where
someone
did
with a
she
long
get
delay.
a power sword? Are we going to learn more about?
That's why we
like,
use Skype
sort of
mostly, because it does
her
not have the
background
delay
through
that
the
Discord was
story of
having
this game.
for
I know
us.
you said it's a continuation from another
I
game.
honestly think that you had me at Halo was getting a lot
actually
better.
the
Since
idea
we,
of the power
went
sword
to
of
Skype
dagger,
and
the
video.
teleportation
They
dagger,
both help.
and where it's coming from in the story is told at the very start of the game. So even if you have not played our previous game, you will not miss anything narrative-wise. So I would prefer not to spoil it, but it's right at the very start after the first tutorial where they explain how she gets that dagger.
Perfect. Fantastic.
Let's say it's a bit funny because it's more than a dagger, and you will find out why if you play the game.
I'm excited to play the beginning now, because knowing me, I'm not as good as Adrian at 2D side scrolling
1000% not
platformers.
true. Are you kidding me? You're great at everything.
Have you watched me play?
So good. I hope it's at the beginning, because I might get stuck there. But it seems like there's a lot of ways
I'm
to
interested.
adjust the
They haven't shown a
difficulty
game. I'm not
to help you get
at
through.
least intrigued by
Are
for
there
the
other
most part.
mechanics on top of the time mechanic to that kind of help
Some of the
that
trailers might.
difficulty slider kind of move back and forth?
Basically, like we were mentioning before, there's different paths that you can take. Each level has more than a way of getting to the finishing line. So if you find yourself always dying in the same obstacle, not really getting through, you can try and experiment with different ways to beat a certain level. And also with the PvP mode,
his laugh of joy
you can
is,
then embrace a more party game almost side of it. We've been having a lot of fun with testing it internally. And it turned into a bit of a,
the double titty
friendly
smack.
competition
You only do that when
between
you're
us at the
very
studio.
excited.
So if you ever feel stuck in the single player, you can either summon a friend to help you, or you can go to the PvP mode and enjoy a little bit more of a party game type of feel.
When's this come out?
Okay, thank you so much for telling us about Eon Drive. This game is fantastic. Would you like to leave our audience with any last words about something you feel like they need to know about the game?
Oh, he wanted to yell the
just
F word.
if they like it, they may check it out. There's a demo available now and on Xbox, and just that we hope they like it.
He started getting better right at the end when it was
they get
too
to play
late.
the game later in fall when we release.
Later in fall.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for
Another one
joining
this
us
year.
today. Eon Drive looks absolutely amazing.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Bye.
Oh, that looks so cool. Oh,
What
thank you
happened
so
to-
much. Oh, thank you so
Okay,
much to the
Adrian
folks
at
that
the
went, to Eon Drive, and thank you so much to okay, Adrian. We got it. Like you tried your best, bud. We were watching. We were rooting
Did you
for
see him just sink? Like the gameplay wasn't even showing. I just wonder what exactly happened. He just bitched so hard.
He had just died.
Oh my gosh. So,
Strawberry.
so Megan, what did you think?
Why aren't you
of,
listening to
Eon
me?
Drive?
It looks like so much fun. Listen, I grew up playing a lot of platformers as a kid. Mega Man was like my first crush ever.
As a kid.
So those kind of games are just super nostalgic for me. I could just, like, my brain does something. I can dial in and just go through and jam, no problem.
They
what
call
about you,
that
Steve?
focusing.
What do you think?
Your brain
It
focuses.
looked actually really cool. Like, I love cyberpunk. That's kind of like one of my favorite genres. The Matrix is
I
one
wouldn't
of my
really
favorite
call that
movies of all time.
cyberpunk. That's too bright and happy.
It kind of had that plus Celeste kind of vibes to it,
Yes,
and I
Celeste,
loved.
exactly.
Yeah. It just had like
It
had like a
doesn't
really,
look
really
anything
awesome
like
vibe to it,
Celeste
and I
gameplay-wise.
love that this is going to be.
They're
a
both
game for
pixel art games.
speedrunners. Like this feels like it's like okay, you
Okay,
have
that's
one more
not
round,
Celeste.
another 30 seconds. Let's see if we really try to beat my time. Like I love that so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah,
It'd be funny if we
no,
get
me
the
too.
game and
I
it's
feel like we're gonna
unbelievably
have a lot of
easy and
fun
he
with it,
really was
especially
just
the
that
PvP
bad
mode
at
they were
it.
talking about. That's a new element, and I like where they're going with it.
Yeah,
Well-
and I love the call out for accessibility. It just warms my heart to be able to hear that, especially with the ability. Like, yes, 30 seconds. That's kind of a very finite time, but being
I'm
able to
partially
pick up
blind
those kind
too.
of,
My
time
left eye
capsules
doesn't
to
do jack
add
shit.
extra time for you, so it's not as
It's a pure
difficult
fuzzball of an eye.
experience. I love that at least that they're thinking, devs are thinking about that, and it just warms this blind gamer's
I have
heart.
a keratoconus
that
in my
too.
left eye,
Gaming
so
is
it's
for
like
everyone. I
conical
love that
shaped, so
everybody
it doesn't
is,
take
like,
in
putting
light the
more
right way.
attention to it and
Makes it
making that
real
possible.
goddamn hard to.
Okay, so up next,
Oh,
we have
it's
another
impossible to see
exclusive
anything.
trailer for you.
Just
Let's take a look
pure fuzz when I'm like
at
this.
the big con.
Oh, Big Con. Harmonica wanted to review this one. I turned the volume up.
Hi, I'm Dave Proctor, founder of Mighty L Studios. Our new game, The Big Con, is a cross-country 90s adventure about Allie, a teenage girl doing petty crimes to save her mom's video store from loan sharks. Last time we showed you auditions from award-winning video game actors bringing depth and range to our, let's call it, economical voiceover script.
Well, there's dialogue. It's like 13 words.
Today, we're going to reveal some very exciting casting choices. Every character Allie meets in The Big Con is lovingly handcrafted with 90s charm and artisanal quirkiness. From charismatic con artists to peckish mall security to skateboarding ghosts, our best-in-class dialogue demands the apex of voice talent. But first, a very special announcement. The Big Con is available for pre-order right now on Xbox, Xbox Series X, and Xbox Series S before it launches worldwide on August 31st.
Trying to get a code for that
Before
one,
we
I
get into our
believe.
big casting announcement, I
Hopefully
also
we'll
want to
have some
congratulate the
coverage
fans who answered our open casting call to voice our game's NPCs. We watched all of your submissions and were moved by your creativity and passion. You can't hear the word "hey" repeated 1,600 times without feeling something. I am so tired. Anyways, here are some of our winners.
Well.
What?
Really?
And now, the big reveal. We are pleased to announce that our protagonist Allie will be voiced by none other than Erika Ishii. We've been fans of Erika's for a long time now.
She's great.
We're beyond thrilled to work with one of the hardest working and most
She's doing a
positive
voice in
actors
Halo.
the
She's one of the Wobots.
Erika, anything to add?
Hi, Erika Ishii here. Yeah, I'm just so psyched to be here, you know? Like, there's just something
Hello, Miss
so
Bray from
raw
Destiny
and
2.
real about these kinds of characters and this kind of indie game. It's like black box theater, you know? All the prestige, the drama, you create the circumstances and your surroundings. You think about
Yeah,
the
there's
character, get real deep in their head.
People are like,
only,
oh, there's
you
not
know,
a ton of
you
big
get
games.
paid.
But that's
There
not
actually
all.
are quite a lot
Also
of big
joining
games,
Erika
and
and our
there's a
celebrated voice
lot of
cast is
indie
Dave
games coming.
Fennoy,
A
legendary
lot.
actor and the voice behind so many
Trying to
iconic
go
video
through
game
everything we
characters.
requested
He'll be
codes
playing one of
on,
my
and that's
favorite
coming out.
characters,
Now we
Rad
want to
Ghost.
request codes on, and
The
there's a
entire
lot
voiceover
coming
is
out.
about a dozen words and assorted monosyllabic grunts. Ah, come on, man. What are you trying to do to me?
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to pre-order The Big Con today
Get
on
you to do
Xbox
some
Series X,
voice work
Xbox
without
Series
having to
S,
pay you
and
too
Xbox
much money
One,
because they
and
don't
play it
have
at
that
launch
much.
on August 31st. We're gonna party like it's 1994.
I lived through 1994. I was 12 years old then. It wasn't great. I don't want to go back there.
Yay!
That's
Let's
so
go,
cool.
Erica! That looks so cool. That looks like something I would
love
rent from
that.
Blockbuster.
I know,
Right?
exactly.
Yeah,
Like, I
Blockbuster
love
died
the 90s
for a
vibes.
reason,
I don't know if you
so.
caught it, but the theme song, if you're a 90s kid, you know who this group is. Rockapella from Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego. They're doing the theme song for the big con for that one. So that's just so cool. The fact that also we got a really cool cast. Erica Ishii, we got Troy Baker, we got Dave Fennoy, legends in the gaming industry. Ah, that's so cool. I love that.
Everyone in chat, press 1 if you're down to play it. I'm gonna pre-order it. I can't wait. I'm gonna be
100%. And
Here,
it
look.
comes out at the end of this
My
month.
Halo
That's so
stuff.
Cool.
I love it.
All right. So coming up, we're about to take a quick break, but let's take a look at the schedule again to see.
Also, because I'm a
what's
nerd, my
coming
wife
up.
got me this for a second birthday
So we've got
present.
some cool stuff that's still available. That's still to come
We're just
for
getting
today.
started.
We've got. Yeah, we're just getting started. We got just you know what, just a little bit about an hour left for some really
I'm
cool
a nerd.
stuff. We've got stuff from The Veil, Shadow of the Crown. It's a really cool audio game we're going to be checking out. We've got some other cool trailers and stuff that we haven't seen yet.
The big one
before.
people want.
Valley.
And
Coming to Game
then
Pass.
we also have
I imagine
a game
viewership
demo
will go
of Space
after
Lines
that one.
from the Far Out.
And just
You
so
wanna check
many
out that.
trailer reveals.
The
I'm just
Valve.
not gonna be able to contain it. I'm writing. I hope everyone's taking notes,
Good
writing down
email,
games
no
that
good
they can't
emails.
wait to play. It's gonna be me. I'm gonna be playing all of these. But we gotta
I'm
play.
not gonna play
right?
all of them.
Yes.
No
all
one will
right.
play
So we'll
all
be
of
right
them.
back after a quick break.
Oh shit! I got a vamp. Oh no! 3 minutes. Oh god. Oh, and it jumped a second. Okay, 2 minutes and 59 seconds. Vamp. What can I do? I don't know. You guys like this music? Oh god, commercial.
There is a habit.
Is this it?
I'm gonna get the MCA'd. No. Here, go away. Jesus Christ. There. Goddamn thing. Gonna hit me with a DMCA with your Tom Clancy shit. It's all co-streamable, and then we'll put up something that'll immediately get you DMCA'd. You mother... 8 ads. 8 advertisements. That's longer than their break. If they're all 30 seconds, that's friggin' 4 minutes. And their break is only 3. You mother... Alright, let me put some music on. That won't get me DMCA'd. Because I don't care about making money on these streams. These streams are just a hangout stream. But I don't want to lose the chat. So... I don't think they gave a hard number on how many games there are. Let's listen to Death's Door music. Yeah, this is gonna be like 4 minutes of commercials, man. What the flip? Commercial 5, 15 seconds. Okay. Let me get to the best song real quick. If you haven't played Death's Door, you should. It's great. I need to finish it on stream soon. All right. Gotta jump what? Yeah, they find the right couple of main hosts that really are engaging, then I think it could do great. It's close. It's just how often can you do it? How often do you have really good content for it? Yeah, it's rough to try and figure all that out. I'm keeping an eye on the stream. The second they're back to something interesting, I'll plop right up there. God, how I wish I had this music when and pop when they
We've got some really cool, like
could have done the review with that music. Would have been so happy.
And including some more Stardew Valley. And we've also got some Game Pass announcements, folks. That's right, Game Pass announcements.
We've also got the thing everyone's actually here for, folks.
My favorite words of this year is Day 1 on Game Pass, and I love it
Day
so
1 premiered Pass game.
I'm so excited for that. I gotta tell you, Game Pass is like my Netflix. So whenever I'm like in a mood, I'm like, I go to Game Pass and I just
Where'd you get that from?
download 3 games and just, live my best life. So
yeah,
more games.
Not gonna lie. I was during the Xbox showcase at E3 this year. I was like almost drunk, seeing all the amount of times they said Day 1 on Game Pass. 27 new games coming out to Game Pass, and that's really awesome. But today, I mean, that's just Xbox in general. Today we're talking about indies at the for the ID at Xbox, and so. We're going to jump into a game right now that I've known about for a while, but I'm really, really excited to finally be able to sit down with this developer. Our next guest is the director of The Veil, Shadow
next week
of the
on
Crown,
PC.
an audio-based action
Day
adventure
1 to
game
Game
that
Pass.
places you
Human
in the
content.
worn leather boots of a
They
blind
announced it
adventurer.
yesterday, just out of nowhere.
The Veil is an incredible interactive experience that'll impress visually impaired and sighted gamers alike. Before we meet Dave Evans, let's take a look at the trailer.
I'm very lucky that my right eye works perfectly, because otherwise I would be heavily visually impaired. That's how bad my left eye is.
Escort the blind girl 500 miles down a treacherous valley in the wake of an invading horde.
I could get a hard contact lens, that would help, but it's real expensive and America's healthcare sucks.
The Shades were fortunate to gain hold over such a creature.
Yeah, the last one was too many people jumping between back and forth. It was hard to get a rhythm. This is very low, by the way, so I turned it up more, but it's still low compared to the hosts.
In the dark, you shine, Alex.
Every one of us serves the Fae. Whether
We're starting to get more preview coverage. I got a preview I'm working on now.
That is why you must die.
Fairy's working on a preview right now, so we're starting to get more preview stuff, which makes us feel way more legit.
If you want the kingdom, you will have to take it from me yourself.
Sounds like you did. The Veil.
One second born to another. It's not an easy
Shadow
thing
of the
being
Crown.
someone's shadow.
I like the shadows.
That's soon. There's no actual gameplay.
Not gonna lie,
yeah, they're doing
I've got
at
a
least
little
one
bit
more, maybe 2 or 3.
A little bit emotional in that. I am just so excited. Megan will be back in just a second, but I'm going to be sitting down with Dave Evans. Dave, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us.
9 days. There was no gameplay.
Yeah, really nice to be here. Nice to meet you,
show some
Steve.
during this.
Finally,
Yes.
I've been watching your career as
Yeah,
well.
games
at
love
the
to do
same
that. They
time.
all
It's
have to
been
come out
great.
on the same freaking day.
I got
We'll
it.
have
Okay,
a, Sycamore
revelation chat.
is
I
gonna be
mean,
doing our review.
like hometown represent
of
St.
12
Catharines,
minutes.
Ontario,
He is
Canada.
extremely
My
excited.
hometown and like Mighty Yell's hometown. I love that so much, and I feel like I've kind of heard about
Peeking a bit. Let me
the
lower it.
Veil for a while now, and it
Yeah,
like
they need to
being
show
an
some
audio
gameplay,
only game. I've
'cause
been
that was
I've
an
been
interesting
interested
trailer,
in
but
wanting
it
to
wasn't-
try
it
it
didn't
out.
actually show
And
anything.
when the game came out last year as a demo for Summer Game Showcase, I was. Summer Game Fest. I downloaded immediately and I played it, and I've probably played it several times now.
Yeah, I know I've heard of it. I've seen it before. I'm just surprised they didn't show anything in that
amazing,
trailer.
audio experience. So, Dave, my first question for you is, what was the inspiration behind
I'm
that
feeling
sort
a
of
bit
creating an
off-kilter
audio
from
narrative,
his,
for the game?
His picture
Yeah,
frames
as
back
an
there are
indie
all
dev,
really askew.
I have
It might
limited
be the
resources, and my
angle, but they
my
are definitely
first,
not lined up. No, yeah,
reason
they're
for
not lined
making
up
the
at all.
game was relatively pragmatic. I was trying to think of an inexpensive way I could really work with story, and it wasn't soon before I realized I might have something.
If they don't show any of this
audio that
game,
might,
I will load up a
be
trailer
accessible
on
and interesting to the
YouTube
blind
and
community.
run that over this.
And that's where everything started with a trip to the CNIB in Canada. That's the Canadian National
In
Institute for the
Canada,
Blind, and
you know?
basically partnered up with the blind community from the beginning
Okay.
to make this game. But it started for
Unless the game
fairly
has
selfish
no
reasons, to be honest. I
visuals,
just wanted
and
to
I'm
make a
just
game I
forgetting
could
it.
afford to make.
I love that. And now you're from Falling Squirrel
Gameplay?
Studios. I
Okay.
apologize. I
There
call
we
you
go.
Mighty
Jesus.
Yell. That was from the
You
Big
better not
Con,
be the same
another
freaking
Toronto
thing.
amazing
Oh, it's the
Canadian
same
developer
thing.
that we just saw earlier. So
Yep.
what is Falling Squirrel's connection
You're
to the
the
blind
exact
location
same
community?
trailer,
You mentioned
man.
the CNIB, which I'm a
Jesus
big
Christ. All right,
proponent
I'll
of
handle
and a
this.
member of. So
There.
how did
Jesus
how
Christ,
did that
have some
work when trying to
gameplay.
be able to look into developing the game?
Damn it, that is the game.
Well, I mean, they were my
Yeah,
first.
the game. There is
focus
no
testing
game. You
group,
are blind.
testing
It's all
group.
sound.
And
That's why.
In a strange way.
Now I remember you.
The evolution of this game over the last 5 years really is about myself and this community making.
So
a
what you're
game for
seeing
everyone.
there is all you ever
It
really
sort of,
see.
to me, lost its. It wasn't as important of the accessibility aspect as it was. That it's a chance for me to showcase an
it's all about
audio-based
this.
game made by.
Here,
a
let me show you the
community very
gameplay.
Familiar with them, so they were my first instructors and teachers on how to make this.
That's all it
game.
ever really looks like.
So
And
we
it's all
had
about the sound.
live testing groups where I got feedback, made friends.
Now I remember
there was
this
a
one.
person
It
at
was not the one I
CNIB,
thought it
Mark
was.
Crisels, who is an avid gamer, and he became one of my many
So we were
consultants on the
wrong.
project.
They did
So for me, it was the beginning of
show
a relationship with
gameplay.
the community and
Essentially.
the development of game.
I love that, and I know that there's definitely some sort of like obviously for those who may not need it, like for those that's in the blind community, having an audio game is something that there's a few audio games out there, and there's some amazing. If you search on Google, there's some amazing audio games. But like the Veil is kind of like something that just kind of appeals to me in that if you're interested in kind of like, have you ever heard old time radio shows, or think of this as like a very like and it's very bare bones, like an interactive audio book.
Your game is
like
bare bones
It's that
garbage.
kind of vibe, and I want to talk about actually kind of the audio engineering and sort of the cast that you have in there, because it is like there's some amazing sort of soundscapes and obviously voice acting in this. Did you approach that from like a kind of like an audio sort of old time radio sort of vibe to it when you first sort of kind of were thinking about the story?
Well, two things. One is I used to work in AAA as a cinematographer and a motion capture and audio director. So my first place to go was AAA sound design from a casting and performance perspective. So I just pretended I was making a Naughty Dog
So
game.
many old men yell at
any
clouds
kind of
over how
big
Twitch
action
does their
adventure
stuff,
game,
but they're
and
unbelievably successful.
Really didn't
Not going away.
compromise on the casting and that sort of thing. So that was my starting.
I've been watching it on my other screen, so I am paying attention. I just have my
as I made the game,
camera
I
up
realized
here.
that there was a layer that's novel and different, which is the intimacy, and that's where I think it does play out more like what you see in podcasts now.
It's on both now because I'm that
podcasts
type.
or old school radio shows. There's
Hey,
something
Harmonica, yeah,
about
it's been
having an actor
there's
standing
been
in
some
front of
very
you,
good
or
games
feeling
shown
like
so far.
your companion is literally whispering in your ear, and enemies are literally
Okay,
breathing
right,
around
one
you,
second.
and that novelty was very different than how you usually make a AAA production where you're really supporting visuals.
Dog loves
This
walking
just
under my
allowed us
desk and
to do
knocking
things
everything
I never
over.
considered doing before.
Once he's so cute
like
that I
having
can't
someone
tell her no.
whisper in your ear, breathe
enough.
in your ear, or create moments of intimacy like we have in this game.
Bleeding.
Yeah, and speaking of which, you definitely want to be able to play this with headphones on, because there is just an amazing sort of 3D kind of audio landscape that that you all kind of like created, which is so cool. And here's actually a question from the chat. Can you actually explain how the gameplay works, and how do players actually play the game?
Yeah, there are two major components. As in many action adventures, there is an element of action, which is supplied by combat, which there's several different scenarios for combat. The most popular one is basically combat in place where you're standing and hearing a 3D soundscape, or really a 180-degree soundscape. Enemies very kindly don't stand directly behind you. And you can hear enemy movement.
Very
you
nice
can
of
hear
them.
the attacks that they're about to do, and it's directional swing, stick swinging, and timing and pattern recognition, like a Mike Tyson punch out or something like that. And then the other aspect of the game is the exploration aspect. So when you walk into a village to find quests or buy items or explore the world, you're left into a 3D environment where you can hear little details in the soundscape, the ones you really are really important, like the beacons, like the tavern or something else, like a blacksmith. They're very obvious and easy to navigate to, and then everything else is rewarded.
If you're bored shitless,
to carefully listen,
just know they're teasing the Game Pass trailer next. So.
You can get
Whether you watch it
quests
here or
from people sort of
afterwards
like
when
an
it
old
goes up
woman
on
washing
Xbox's
clothes down by a
YouTube
dock,
page,
and if you
then
go up to her, you can get a quest
you
from
got
her.
something to
So,
look forward to.
it's a balance of discovery, rewarding discovery, and just enjoying moving around,
My dogs are playing.
navigating in complete audio.
It's fun watching that, at least.
I love that, and as someone who's played
Game
it,
Pass
like,
trailer
it's kind
coming
of one
soon,
of those
if you're
really
bored.
cool things when you're kind of in this sort of town.
Yeah, if you're into
and you have,
Stardew,
like, you
which
sort
I
of
am,
hear
they've got a
different sort
thing
of like
for that
merchants
right
kind
after.
of calling out to people in the
So
crowd
the Game Pass
around you,
trailer,
and you hear like the blacksmith, and you
Stardew,
can just kind
a
of
new
turn,
trailer reveal,
sort of like using the
then a
thumbs to kind of
game
turn your
demo
character,
for
and you can be able
Space
to kind of,
Lines
like, walk
from the
towards
far
it, just
out,
use
and then
the
a
audio to
trailer
kind of
reveal to run
navigate.
things out.
And it can seem a little bit
We'll have to
overwhelming at
see.
first, but like when you
I
kind
am-
of like
I am interested
sort of
in the
take the
Stardew
time to
one.
kind of like listen to
I
certain
played a
things,
lot
you
of
can kind of
Stardew
like just
Valley.
explore, which is something that's
Especially since I put the co-op
really
in.
really cool in just an audio only game. So one final question I actually do have for you, in like, it's 'cause obviously this seems like a very kind of narrative experience. In terms of replayability, what is there to keep gamers going back to the Veil for more?
Yeah, the big one for me anyway is we have a very hard mode in this game. So my recommendation is to play the game. There is some branching narrative. There are aspects of the game that force you to make some minor decisions. But the main aspect of replay, I think, is to go back and try the hard mode. I do not recommend starting with the hard mode in the game. But
EA
it's
Play
one of
today
those
just
things where
added
once you get
F1
very, very
2020,
comfortable playing the
Grid,
game,
and
it's
Dirt
something
5.
people should
They
try.
are
So
now
that to me
live
is
in the
probably
EA
biggest reason
Play
to go back, is
playlist.
challenge yourself.
So they're a part
And
of
by
Game
the way,
Pass
this
Ultimate.
was demanded by the
If you're
blind
looking for
community
an
to make it very, very hard.
overwhelming
I
amount
think
of
they may be
racing
disappointed
action
by other
right
things
now.
in the past that weren't quite difficult enough.
Dirt 5 has
So
been there.
be warned, hard mode is hard.
I love that, and that's something that like not a lot of people sort of even like a lot of people understand in regards to accessibility. It's like when we want to have accessibility in games, we don't want to lose that challenge. We still want to have the same challenge as every other player
Make it
has. and some of our
accessibly,
friends have when we
unbelievably
play.
difficult, please.
We just want to be able to have at least some of the barriers kind of taken away. So, like for myself, I played it on normal, and there was a challenge in there too. But I'm like now I'm
Game
curious to kind of
Pass
see
trailer.
what the hard mode is like.
After
So
this.
I'm really interested in that. So, Dave, thank you so much for joining us. Where can we find more information about the Veil?
The Google
when is
box.
It coming out? Any details
Type
you can
in
be able to
Veil,
offer our chat?
Vicky.
Yeah, it's coming out this August 19th. And fallingsquirrel.com.
That'd be a hard one
website,
to
you
make
can check us out
a
there.
video review for.
But it's going to be available on the Xbox day one, August 19th.
I mean, it
So
would just be
that's
like
where
the
you should
color
look.
changing.
Fantastic!
balls
I can't
would
wait to
be
be able
up.
to play this on the full game on Xbox. Once again, thank you, Dave, so much for joining us. I'm a little emotional about it, but I appreciate you so much, and I can't wait to be able to rep,
No emotions,
our
Steve.
hometown
Emotions are not
and
allowed in
being
this
able
hobby.
to play this
Must
game.
always take it
for everyone.
seriously.
It's well done, sir. Well done.
Yep. Thanks, Steve.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. So in a
You're welcome
moment, Megan is going to be rejoining me on the ID at Xbox Showcase. But before that, we have
The
some more
moment you've all
trailer
been
reviews
waiting for.
you right now. Next up, the moment we've all been waiting for.
Yep.
Here are the games
I knew it.
that are coming to Game Pass. Let's take a look.
Origami 2. Origami. Be quiet.
My own demise was the only way to free myself. I too was a slave, a tool used by the Akatsuchi in their conquest of the land.
It was a shovel.
But not anymore. Death led me to the place where I belong. We need to find the key to our disease. Free ourselves from this curse. Our enemies have already enslaved countless of our kind. We must liberate them all. Our time has come. The time of the Kurotsuba clan.
Not a new announcement, but it is nice to see more of it. I'm interested. I like the first one a bit. Aragami 2. All right, what's next? One of these. Get the circles under him.
100 years. For 100 years, we have been plagued by this war. We fight, we
100-year war.
sacrifice, we die. Before us, a host of
We live,
monstrosities.
we die, we
and
repeat.
behind us, all of Galarian, our world. Their master, the
shit.
demon lord Daskari, thinks he can break our spirit. He is mistaken.
Oh, look how big he is. I mean, he
We
should be
did
able to
not
kill all
yield
of you
when
by
our
himself.
cities burned, when our fortresses were turned to dust, and our comrades, our brothers and sisters in arms, valiantly met their deaths. We have suffered
He's
through
just
many
standing
a
there.
fight,
He kind of deserves
and
his
now
death. You're going to
it
stand in
is
front of a
our
demon and not
turn
even
to
attack.
strike. To arms, brothers and sisters.
Yes, we all have
I
two
declare that
arms.
the Fifth Crusade has begun, and it is you who will lead us in this war.
Pathfinder Crusade.
Duty calls to you. Prove your worth as a leader.
Slayer.
Hone your skills and abilities. Ready
we will
your
be
best
running
armor
right.
and weapons for battle. Mount your trusty war steed and charge forth, and we
Dude, it's World of
shall
Warcraft.
follow.
Dinosaur?
This will be a daunting task, I know. But you need not fight alone. Your faithful companions will stand by your side. They will protect you in battle.
They
aid
cover
you with
every
their
trope
counsel,
imaginable.
Share the burden of commanding the crusade. Accept their friendship
Crusades are
and
bad.
become their friend
They were a
in
bad
turn.
part of human
Or
history.
possibly something more. I understand the trials ahead of you are great.
Music.
You will have to find your own path. What will be the source of your power? The righteous might of heaven? Or the secrets of forbidden magic? Will you make your sacrifices in the name of freedom and equality? Or in the name of law and order?
You know how much I hate
Will
to
your
sacrifice.
enemies flee at the very sight of you? Or will you, perhaps,
Yeah,
turn
can't
this
have every game be
entire
for
war
everyone,
into a
sadly.
grand joke on a cosmic scale? Choose carefully. Your every decision has its consequences and its price. But most
And that price
importantly,
is $70
never
on
doubt that
PlayStation
Valerian
5.
believes in you, and I believe in
I
you
guess
as
70
well.
bucks is everywhere now, thanks to
Do you feel the ground shaking? That is the march of your army. Lead them.
going on, huh?
Aim them at their target. Crush
Oh shit, we're
our
playing Risk.
enemies. We are crusaders. We
You say
are
that
the
like it's a good
wrath
thing.
of
The Crusade
righteous.
sucked.
The stakes have never been higher. We did not seek out this war. It invaded our home, and our
It was a
world
giant
now
bug
depends on
man.
you, and you alone.
I mean, demon. March 1st, 2022, Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. That was a long friggin' trailer. I hope there's more.
Rated everyone.
Oh, shit. Hey, it's paparazzi. Man, it's gonna be real bad when you find the little dachshund who's got the coke habit. Then he pays you off so you don't sell the pictures. Pup me spears when she's having her meltdown. Not wearing any puppy panties. You know, much like the Crusades, I would also say the paparazzi is very bad on the whole. There's a skateboarding dog, though.
I have come to your planet to take pictures of your dogs.
I hope you don't mind.
Product not yet rated.
Oh shit, no rating. We're in for the adults only cut, boys. Shit, it's Epstein's Island? Oh, no. Oh, he's very short. Oh, shit.
We will crush them.
Wunderbar. I heard of the first one, never played it.
Idiots.
Faster, faster, faster!
Install your fascist dictatorships. Do you want the Russian style or maybe the Belarusian one? Or why not the good old-fashioned US of A version we just had?
I want that minion dead.
You're nothing.
Jesus Christ.
Hey!
Pip, pip. Time to earn my keep.
This is really glorifying evil. Like being in the GOP. Ah, shit.
Kill them!
Is that the heavy from Team Fortress 2? Don't get his junk blown up by a stick of dynamite.
Prepare the venom and let the madness begin.
Another one later this year on Game Pass. Oh shit, I'll give it a try. Oh, just a 3, huh?
This is why we love ID at Xbox. We have dogs who skateboard, and you get to make them have
Or
eyelashes.
Yep, exactly. And then you
There's
get to be
already
an
so
evil
many things we
genius,
know about
and you get to
coming
also
that
be
it's
like an
hard, I
amazing
think, to
ninja,
have even more
and
new
you get
stuff.
to like play in one of the greatest TTRPGs.
All right.
Other than D&D, we got Pathfinder, Pillars of Eternity vibes.
He said Pathfinder.
I'm so in.
That's my game.
I just really love
Find
the world that
most
we're living in right
comfortable
now.
place to take a
I'm
bath.
just gonna say that.
I'd rather do that than run a
Flame Gamer
crusade.
Steve, you're gonna be rejoining us in just a second, but right now,
See you,
I am
Chipmunk.
honored.
Anyone
to
who cares
welcome
about
to
Stardew.
the ID at Xbox Showcase,
Here's
the
another good
creator
part.
of Stardew Valley, Eric Barone, aka Concerned Ape. And if you've been living under a rock for the last few years and aren't familiar with Stardew Valley, well, here's a trailer.
A Twewa. I play Pathfinder. Stardew's great. My wife wants to review it. I actually have a lady do something on this channel. I know. How weird would that be? Yeah. I'm in when it's free. And heck, if there's new Stardew information, then that all the more reason to have the missus try her hand at doing a review. I'll help her through. And if any of you are mean, I'll instantly ban you. That's the way it is. Or horny. The only issue I had with this game on Xbox in co-op is it's so much harder to pause than it is on PC. And the clock is always ticking, so it can get way more stressful than playing solo. Like it needs to let it pause if you're both in a menu at the same time. I don't know if that's a setting that there is or not, but I never found it. Oh, you're screwed. But yeah, fight, idiot. Jeez. Oh my god, swing. Few games have been as enjoyable as a couple as this one. Lengthy trailer. Hey, I got this because here's my wife. Goddamn crystal eater. Yep. It's a truly wonderful game that it came out and it was okay. and the amount of stuff he's added to it for free over the years is flippin' nuts. It's $15 and unbelievably worth it. You get a couple hundred hours of enjoyment out of $15. You're doing all right.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Shit.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Yeah, I never
Hey,
thought this
Jesus.
moment would happen where I'd be talking to you, and I'm not gonna make this weird. I promise. I'm not gonna be too big of a fan
Too
girl.
late.
But
You
I
already
have
did it.
sunk like over
You're fired.
1,000 hours into Stardew Valley, and it's what inspired me to start
1,000,
getting
that's
into
jack
pixel
shit compared
art.
to most people that have
So
played
I'm
it.
sure you share this stuff all the time, but you're an inspiration to so many people, and you've created a game that is just, it's so special. When you released it, obviously you were anticipating this type of, feedback. But what was that feeling like? That you worked on this by yourself for so long, and then you released it out into the world, and we're like, well, they like it. We'll see what happens. I'm proud of it, but I don't know. Like, and
Yeah, I
everyone
mean
loved
it totally blew my mind. I mean, as you say, I had no idea the game was going to be so popular. I thought it would be like a really niche game for people who are fans of Harvest Moon like me.
Yeah.
And I just, I guess it struck a chord with people, but I had no idea. So it really blew my mind. It took me a while, many years, to get used to, how popular Stardew Valley was and how many people seemed to really love it. But
And still
it's
play it.
amazing. I mean, I'm so glad people like it.
Yeah. You created like this really nice home for people to come back to. It's I grew up playing a lot of Nintendo as a kid. So having those games that you just like you spent so much time with almost feels like a distant family member or like a best friend. I feel like Stardew is that for so many people. They can sink all these hours into it, take a break, and then come back and be like, yes, I'm home.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I played a lot of RPGs, and I feel like most of the RPGs send you on this big grand adventure where you leave your home and travel all around the world on a big adventure. But I always was more drawn to Harvest Moon because it was kind of domestic. Like, you made a home for yourself, you stayed at home, and then there was a lot of
it's
depth to the home that you were living in. And so for some reason that just really resonated with me, and I wanted to capture that feeling and hopefully give
It's over.
a new
They keep
generation
changing
of
friggin' camera
people that same
no fun.
magic that I felt as a kid when I was playing
All
Harvest
right,
Moon.
Eric, you have your moment in the
I
20
think you
viewers zone.
succeeded. I think another thing that makes Stardew
Yep.
Valley so special is all
go.
the people.
Damn it!
Do you have a favorite character in town? Like, who do you marry?
I can't pick a favorite character. I mean,
yeah.
no, I think the
Blue-haired
other
lady,
characters
every
would
time.
get jealous if I picked
Yeah,
a
no,
favorite.
okay, that's fair. Can you guess mine? I'm throwing it out there.
How the fuck would I know
Let
what
me
yours
guess.
is?
Abigail.
Oh my gosh, how'd you know?
Is that true?
Yes, it's Abigail. How did you know? I'm like warring with my friend. We have
You
a
asked
co-op and we're
Abigail.
wooing her.
It's just intuition. I don't know.
The vibes.
yeah.
I have Abigail vibes.
I guess so. Yeah.
I took a guess, and then no
Oh
matter
my
what, you were gonna
goodness,
play along with it.
you just killed me right now.
I'm not sure.
Let's talk about like bigger picture, just real quick.
I have no idea why they're talking about this
Did
game.
you ever expect Stardew to make such an impact on the gaming industry?
Like,
Because now there's so many
you
games
imagine they must have
that
views?
are in the
That's what
same
I'm
vein,
hoping
just
for.
like
If you're just
Harvest
talking to
Moon
him about it,
inspired
then
you.
that's
People are
cool,
looking at
but
Stardew
weird.
Valley and they're like, yes,
I mean, it's
this
a great
is
game,
beautiful.
and
What's my
it's
take
done
on
really
it?
well, but you would think this would be something
no,
new to
I
announce
had
for the
no
game.
idea, but I mean, it's really cool. I feel like I'm continuing a tradition that Yasuhiro Wada started with Harvest Moon, or at least that's my hope. I would like to continue that tradition and to see, a new generation of game developers, bringing that tradition even further and expanding on it with new ideas and new things is great. It's really cool to be a part of that. And I'm glad to see the genre really taking off.
No, it's great. These are the kind of games that I live for.
Oh, I moved too much.
Are there any other like farming type games that also that you love playing that have come out recently? Or I imagine you're a pretty busy dude.
It's true. I am pretty busy. I haven't had a lot of chance to play a lot of the games that people call like Stardew Valley inspired games. I played some Slime Rancher for a while, which I wouldn't say is inspired by Stardew Valley. It was being developed in parallel, but I feel like it also is a bit of that kind of like resource gathering kind of home base sort of game that I
Yeah.
thought was pretty cool.
Does it bother you when people call Stardew like a farming sim because it's so much,
much.
more? I don't know. Maybe I'm protective. I
Keep
feel like it's
moving
so much
around.
more than that. Like you don't get it.
Nah, it doesn't bother me. I mean,
Too
I
much
would call it. I
engine-
call
or
it like a
friggin',
country life
producing.
simulator.
Yeah.
I was
Or
trying
like
to earn his paycheck
something like
today.
that. But it doesn't really bother me. I mean, people can call it whatever they want.
Yeah. Well, would
Just
you
don't
ever
call
move
it
into
late
a
for
farm?
dinner.
Or I'm sorry, would you ever move out to a place
Sorry,
like
I've been
Pelican
watching too
Town?
much
Could you see
Twitch.
this being like your retirement plan someday?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that
Yeah.
I think all humans have a call to nature, and maybe that's part of the reason why Stardew Valley resonated with people.
He's a minute. Stop
It's,
talking. There's no reason
kind
to
of
start.
a-
See? Yep.
Something in the
You're
modern world that
overproducing
we
it,
don't
man. You're killing me.
experience very often.
Jesus Christ, you didn't need to
being
cut
out
that
in
in
nature,
there.
being out in the
Hey, cut
country,
back.
living off the land, that sort of thing.
He's just about done talking.
But
Yeah,
I think it does
being,
speak to us on a deep level.
It does, being a stranger in a new place and learning about other people outside of yourself and kind of just getting a new beginning.
producer's
I think
just
that's something
too-
a lot of us,
too,
especially with the
too
internet,
antsy,
are like, man, I wonder
you
what
know?
it's like for no one to know me and get that.
What is
fresh
this
start.
interview about?
I sometimes have dreams
Is there
of like
something
working at a
new? I thought there
grocery
was something
store
new.
and
That's
just
why I was
bagging
excited.
groceries. That's like something I
This is
never got
just
to
talking
do
with him
as a
about his old
teenager. I
game.
worked at a
That's still
chicken
very
wing
good.
place. I worked at I did everything else, a skateboard shop, but I was like, when I play Stardew Valley, I'm like, I want to work at JoJo Mart.
I bet someone's working on a grocery bagging simulator as we speak.
Oh my gosh, that's it. I just need to put my VR headset on, and then I'll just
There's
be in the
a
world and just
grocery
living my best
bagging
life.
game in VR, but then it turns into a shooter.
Quick question. You released a bunch of new updates not too long ago. How's the feedback and response been about that? You're just constantly working
I'm really
on
not
this
sure, Westwick. I thought it
Yeah,
might be
it's been
something
great.
new,
The
but
most
they haven't
recent
hinted at
update,
that, so I'm not sure.
1.5, has been I call it the biggest update to Stardew Valley ever, which it is objectively, but it seems like people really loved it, and the game kind of had a new resurgence in popularity after the update came out. So I've been really happy with the response to that. I think the update, it adds a huge amount of stuff to the game, especially the end game.
Andrew Cuomo finally quit.
And
It
yeah,
took about 9 million
releasing the
people
updates is
yelling at
kind
him
of
that you need
like,
to piss
you know,
off,
I'm
shithead.
of the mindset that I could probably continue working on Stardew Valley forever with the amount of ideas I have, and just, I love the world. I love making it better. I feel like it's a never-ending thing I could do to make it better, but so I just put those ideas in these updates and just keep the game going, and it's been fun.
I have ideas. I test them out. It works,
As a
and I
fan
put them in.
and a longtime player, I appreciate all of your hard work, sleepless nights, and probably the extreme amount of coffee you have to sip
It's cool
through,
that he's getting
and the way
showcased
that
like
your
this.
brain works.
I
'cause
just
it's
wish it was for
It's an
news.
amazing game, and it's so great to always come back to. But Eric, I hear you have some exciting news about Stardew Valley.
There we go.
That's
It was all
true.
worth it.
That's true. So I'm happy
Game
to
Pass.
announce that Stardew Valley will be coming to Game Pass.
Ha! I said it before you,
there's
mother
not like there's
jumper.
not a set release date yet, but it's probably sometime in the fall.
Hmm.
And it'll be on both Windows and Xbox consoles. Yeah, so I'm happy to announce that, and I really hope that it brings Stardew Valley to a lot more people, and
It's
a lot more
gonna
people
bring it
get
to a
to
lot
play
more
it and
people.
experience the world of Stardew Valley.
Shut up, Harmonica. Stardew's
Co-op,
great.
man, let's go, everyone!
Son of a bitch.
Get Xbox Game Pass. GTA
But
is
yeah, not
leaving,
for
so
everyone.
I just feel like you're gonna get all the GTA people. Just they're gonna start to simmer down and just start a farm and be like, all right.
Yeah, Stardew
I
on
like
Game
this.
Pass. That is cool.
Stardew is the way for me.
Yeah, let's go from
All right, Eric, thank you so much. It was a pleasure
getting
meeting you. Thank you
prostitutes or sex
for
workers
everything
and then
that you
killing
do.
them, stealing the money, and
I don't
go
even know how
farm.
to say goodbye to you. I just want to keep talking.
We'll use that money to
thanks
pay
for
for our
stopping
farm.
by.
Thank you. It's nice to meet you, and thanks for having me on. Appreciate it, and have a great
Mhm.
day.
You too.
You have a shitty day.
Bye.
Yeah, that's right. I'm on the edge. I'm an
All right, in a
edgy
moment, I'll be
host.
rejoined by Blind Gamer Steve.
That's
but before
freaking
that,
lit.
There's
Boy.
time. Or it is time for another exclusive trailer. Let's take a look at Library of Aruna.
Ruinia. You mother. It's Ruinia. You not see the eye? Jesus Christ. Oh, yeah. If you want to go back, I was trying to make that last segment more bearable by goofing around a bit. This game looks really goddamn weird. I sent an email to their... It's, I believe, South Korean. I sent an email to their English language website, which was very Google Translate, to try and get a review code, but I haven't heard back. It's comfortable, Mort. Yeah.
그래서 네 말은
like low res.
이곳에 오는 손님을 접대하면 된다. 이거지?
I think this is a card deck fighting game where you're getting people's stories for your library. So it's a card battling game or a deck building game where you're trying to get stories from people for your library. Nothing huge. Yeah, you're not the biggest on indies anyways, but... I think this is the 12th. Their Steam page said it was delayed to the 12th, I think, to match with Xbox. But yeah, I cover most of our deck building games, so I'll probably do that one.
That looks
That
so
was cool.
good, right?
I love it. It's kind of got like some JRPG kind of vibes with some like
They've had some
sort of
very
battle,
good things
like,
to start the show.
Man,
I love the
actually
Japanese
really cool.
voice acting. Anytime I can
Christ, I don't remember
practice
any. There's been
my
so much.
Japanese, I'm always I love to do it. Love to be immersed in it.
The very beginning of the
Hell
show
yeah.
up
and
until the
like for
Eon
myself
Drive
personally,
game demo was
usually
very good.
subtitled games or even like subtitled anime is a little bit difficult for me to be able to read. But at least what I loved, at least there was some good, decent sized subtitles. Yeah. So I'm happy about
Steve,
that.
you know what
and,
that means, right?
What does that mean?
We gotta learn Japanese together because Nihongo ga skoshi wakarimasu, but we can make. Listen, I'm your Uncle Iroh. Remember I told you. Yes. You didn't know we were gonna start playing indie games, but I'm also gonna teach you Japanese as I'm still learning it because I'm only on like chapter 1 of Pimslers. So.
I don't think library.
I love that so much. I knew there was a good reason to be here today.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
I got you.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Mono
Now let's talk about Stardew Valley for Game Pass. I was in the chat.
Oh,
okay?
I was
like,
putting
and at
my
first I was
head
kinda
over
like,
the
okay,
people talking
I understand
and
that
pretending
Stardew
I was
Valley,
them.
big huge game. Totally get that. But as the chat was kind of going through, I was following
it's
along,
gone.
and
But I
I
was
was
doing
like,
Putting my head on people.
okay, all right, I'm in. And then it's like, then I started to see like some of the Pelican Town stands. And I'm like, or citizens, and I'm like, I kind of want to play this now. I think y'all kind of sold me on, and it's gonna be
that
coming to
type
Game
of dumb
Pass. I love that.
You could do
Yeah.
co-op too. Like
It
you
worked
can
pretty
start a
well during
farm
the,
with
Stardew
friends
segment,
and go
but,
through the entire story mode and work on
Alright, I'm
all
gonna
of
turn
the
them down a bit.
achievements and unlockables together. And there's all these secrets.
Hey, I got a
the
press
narrative is
email
just-
about Evil
the
Geniuses
storyline
2.
is so good.
Or
That's
Evil
why you
Genius
play it.
2.
I could get emotional talking about Stardew Valley.
Can I
I'm
ask for a
not gonna
code, y'all?
lie. I travel a lot before
don't
COVID. I
think
would
so.
be traveling all the time. I would be home maybe a week out of the month, and it's just like me and my Nintendo Switch. And Stardew was like my second home when I felt homesick or was like a little lonely.
Oh, just reply and
that's
ask.
what I would play. So it's special to a lot of people, and I think once you play it, you'll experience that too.
I totally get that. And like I know we're showing Library of Ruina right now, and like again, this game just kind of looks really, really cool. I
like
the
deck building
aesthetic. I
ones.
love
It's
the
kind of
vibe.
weird looking. I'm not exactly sure how it's going to work,
Is there like an
but I'm
equivalent type of
interested
game,
in it.
like a JRPG kind of game that you can sort of like what am I should be like just looking at this gameplay footage? What should I be expecting when it looks like when I'm going to be playing Library of Ruina?
Chat, what would you say this game kind of if it's kind of similar to?
No
I'm trying
idea,
to think
man.
of the name, and it's escaping me. It was on Xbox Game
Shit,
Pass,
what was I gonna
but
type?
it's not the Yakuza game. I'm drawing a blank. I've only had half a cup of coffee today, Steve.
That's
You know I
that's
gotta
okay.
Slay the Spire is what someone is saying.
Slay the Spire. Okay. Oh, and I didn't realize that Runa is actually Korean. Okay, that's cool.
Ah,
as
I
hell.
told you.
think that's actually pretty cool.
Korean, not Japanese.
I love the aesthetic, and you know what? Growing up, I mean, I don't know. Like, I have no idea if this has anything to do with their library, but it's like, okay, growing up, I used to go to the library all the time, and I
And
love
if you
kind
you know
of
if you're
like,
showing this, you can take
I
2
don't know, it's
seconds
just
to
like
figure out what it
stories
is.
kind of set in a library or set kind of like around like sort of
Come on
book
now.
learning or just like book reading.
Come on now.
Always kind of appeal to me, and here's I'm not a huge kind of like
No, we
this
didn't get a
game
code for
normally
Hades.
would
I
not appeal to me,
mailed
but
Supergiant
after, like,
a
looking at
bunch,
this
but
trailer
never
trailer,
got a
like,
response,
and the
unfortunately.
gameplay,
We're just not that big yet.
I think I'm kind of like it's
We've
kind
been
of
lucky
bringing
to
back
get
a
as
little
much
bit
as
of
we have, so I
nostalgia as a
can't
kid, not gonna
complain.
lie.
And
Yeah,
Hades
yeah, I
is
did
the
play
same
Final
game
Fantasy.
on PC. So Soul's
I
been
did play
working
a
on a
little bit
review
as
with
kid,
that.
but again, it was sort of like it was kinda
Probably
hard for me to
just
play.
put out a
So
review
I
of
did
the
jump
game.
into
It is
Final
the
Fantasy
game.
VII
We know it
Remake,
now works
when
fine
that
on
came out,
Xbox.
and I
It can
started to
run
really enjoy it, and I was
500
kind of
frames
like,
per second
trying
on
to
a
look
mediocre
into
PC.
other,
So
sort
we'll
of
get a
games
review out
like
quick.
that, and it seemed like there was a lot of like everyone kept recommending Persona, everyone kept recommending Final Fantasy VI as well. Just that
Hundreds of
series.
millions of people who like
So
long
it's
form
like
content and generally
the
trend
growing
younger
interest is
than
there. Like,
we
the
probably
seed has been
are.
planted. It's just I need
Beast.
to kind of like grow that and fertilize it just to kind
No,
of like
I
get
watch
really
Twitch
to
all the
get to a
time,
point
and I
where I'm
play
like,
plenty
I
of
really wanna
games.
be able
It's
to, like,
just
jump into this kind of genre
there are
and
so
hey,
many
Naruto might
different people
be
on
way
Twitch
into that.
streaming that here, just lower them. But there are so many people on Twitch streaming that
I can totally understand
you find a couple that you like and they're entertaining in what they do. Like I watch Djibouti Show. I watch Shroud occasionally when he's playing something I actually enjoy. Milton T. Pike 1. Like there are various very funny people that I just it's entertaining and it's something you can put on in the background and watch. I mean, why do I get 10 or 20 people watching me just play through Halo? You guys have played Halo. You can afford to play Halo on Game Pass. It's just it's fun background noise and hanging out. It's like hanging out with someone, and eventually you talk to them through the chat, and you build up a relationship, and it's enjoyable.
So that's really cool. All
Yeah,
right.
that's it.
So, up next, we're
Why
gonna
do you
go
watch
right
sports?
into a
You can
gameplay
play
demo.
sports,
Twitch
but you
gaming
can't play it
regular
as good as them.
Snowbit
So that comes in on watching people like Shroud. I can't play as good as him, so I really enjoy watching someone at that level. Also, he's a nice guy who's very enjoyable and easy to watch.
Before we welcome everyone
Yeah,
on the ID at Xbox
that's all that.
Showcase, let's take a look at the trailer.
Trailer volume going up.
This trailer brought to you by Adamdine Gravity Generator. Keep your feet on the ground and your lunch inside your stomach.
I couldn't draw this. This is right up Trav's alley. Space Kitty Cats. No idea what this is. The type of music I play before my streams, though. Yeah, it's got like a similar vibe to it, but it's definitely not a trouble game. No idea what this is. Ooh, space potato. The hardest thing with getting codes for stuff is knowing who's representing what game. There's a lot of PR agencies out there, and finding out who is doing what can be very difficult at times. Ah, okay. Knew the name, had no idea what the game was. You get 2 game keys if you buy the first class edition. That's cool. Okay, what's the next thing? Was more about this game? Now they're going
Please
to play
welcome
it for
co-founder
10
of
minutes.
Coffee Knots, Fabio Rosa, and Twitch's very own Snowlit. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Her hair looks cool.
Hello, thanks for having us.
His
That was
mustache is
such a
pervy.
cool. Oh my gosh, I have like oh, this is gonna need.
All
I love the
mustaches are
concept
pretty
of
pervy,
basically kind of. So I'm taking something that's just a normal day life, you know, just getting on a plane, having like a
normal
little
day
bit
life,
of an airline,
flying
and
in
then if you
space with
add
aliens,
space
you know.
into it, Like, that's all you need to do.
Makes
And I'm
everything
like, I'm
instantly
sold.
funnier.
That's exactly it.
Especially with
Oh my
Among
gosh.
Us
Yeah, I mean,
having
they
been so
announced so much
popular
that
this
still hasn't
last
come out
year,
real
it's
quick
just
that there
not-
was no way
keep
they
me in
could really
space.
match
I'm a
it
big
that
Trekkie,
way.
so
But
you know,
there's
I
still
love
been
Star
some good
Wars too.
stuff.
So anytime space is in the
Wonder if anyone's
equation,
making a
I'm
list
like,
of everything that's
beam
been
me up.
shown.
I'm ready.
I love that.
So
So,
bad I can't
Fabio, what
freaking
can
remember
you
half
tell
of
us
it, but-
about Space Lines? How does it all work?
Pretty dumb.
Well, so
I don't know. I forgot.
This game, by the way, is our first game. It started out as a student project, so it's. I'm really happy to be here. Thanks, guys. And well, on its surface, it's kind of like it's a retro-futuristic.
Oh, there was
game
paparazzi
about,
if you're still there, Trav.
The
You
space
take
age
pictures
of the 60s and that kind
shit,
of
I'm gonna have to lower him. He's scratching
Pan
his
Am
mic.
era of air travel, like you see in like.
I'll lower that a
Catch
bit.
Me If you can. But so that's on the surface, and at its core,
Your
it's like
fucking
it's a
mustache
game
is
for
hitting your
people who
mic,
love
man.
that kind of co-op party game experience, but wish it also featured stuff like elements of progression.
Oh, somebody stop
the
him.
ability to unlock stuff.
Oh,
Dynamically
God.
generated
All right,
challenges,
Ollie World
like
looks good.
like a roguelike
You might
game.
be interested,
So
probably
there are no
not.
predetermined levels. You just have to improvise and be the best space flight crew you can be.
Lightyear
I
Frontier
guess
looked kind of interesting. It was like
the
a
best way to summarize it is
space
like it's
mech
the love child
farming building thing.
overcooked
Looked
and faster
cool.
than
It's all
light.
3D.
I'd say.
I love both of those. So,
Um,
Snowy, are you ready to try?
Are you ready to move your mic off your
of this?
freaking mustache?
I actually got to play the tutorial
Yes,
last
queen.
night, and it's just really fun. The things you can do on your ship, you can customize so much. Like you can even change the name of
Should
your
probably do a little
crew,
better than that
which is really
other guy
awesome.
did.
Like just look
The
here,
platformer.
you can just generate different names. Like it's just really,
Eon Drive
really
looked
fun.
interesting. I don't
Like,
think you'd be into
I'm
that.
enjoying all the little cute details and things you can do.
Need to get you into Stardew.
I love little
I should say that
customization.
No, Gunk and
demo
Scorn
version
and
of the
stuff.
game,
That would
which
be
is
that would be
a
Gamescom
local
if
multiplayer
anywhere.
version of it is now
Like I
available
really
for
think
free
that
on
stuff.
the Xbox
If those
Store.
are still
You can
coming out
test it
this year,
So it's a
Gamescom will
demo, so
probably
it's
be
like
something
it's a portion
Forza,
of the game's
something
mechanics.
Halo,
It has
hopefully
one
Forge,
campaign,
and a release
one
date.
starter ship and a few upgrades.
Never know.
But yeah, it's gonna be live
The Gunk,
on the
Scorn,
Xbox Store
like
for the
those are
entirety
like
of the
the,
month. So,
and
yeah,
they've
whoever
probably got a
wants
few
to
more
play.
things that I can't remember.
I
Get
love
in
the
there and test it
Transprime
out.
Star Lines. That looks cool.
Yeah. Were they talking about Artful Escape in this? Because the only
so
thing
Fabio,
left
if you don't
is
mind
a
me asking,
gameplay
like, so
trailer
like,
reveal.
what were you doing before you decided to start Coffee Nuts? Because you said this
I
is
don't
your
think
first
there's anything
game, so
about
what was your
Artful
experience
Escape here.
in game development before?
Yeah, unless you were talking Artful Escape
Well,
for
I worked
Gamescom,
briefly,
because I could see that,
at a studio,
like a
a
launch
game
trailer.
studio in Brazil, but that was while I was already making the game. But before that, I was
A lot of Brazil games lately. We've done a couple of them. The Dodgeball Academia,
yeah,
like
I have
Bruno's
a
from
bunch of people
Brazil,
in
and
my
he's
team
been
that used to be other things, like a
representing his home country
cashier,
with
a baker,
reviews.
And then we kind of
Pastel's,
met
I think,
at
too.
this really cool school that we have here in São
Goddamn.
Paulo.
See,
and,
mustaches suck.
We learned how to make games
You
there,
can hear
and
that
this
scratchiness
project
on the
started
mic, and that's just like on your
So,
face
yeah.
if you're kissing them.
Wow. Like,
my wife
love
wants
that
me to
so
have
much.
this
The fact, like,
beard,
that's the
but
power
then
of
she's
the
like,
idea
"Oh,
of
but
the
it's also
Xbox
annoying when I
program is
kiss you."
that,
Like, yeah, well, I'll get rid of it. And
Anybody
she's
can
like,
be
"No,
able,
no,
like, if
keep
you
it."
want to be able to make a
Like,
game
God damn it.
and you totally can do that, and there's resources to do that, and this just looks really, really cool. So, Snow, what are your
So
what are your
you
accomplishments? What
think
is your
the
objectives
last
right now
reveal
that you're trying to
trailer
be able to
is
do?
going to be for Artful
So
Escape?
it looks like we're
The
going
last
to
segment after
another
this one?
station, right? And so you have your crew here. It looks
be cool.
like you can navigate, you can scan
Incredible
for
it took
different
Andrew
things. There's a lot
Cuomo
of
this long to
asteroids,
retire or
and
resign.
I guess you could run into them.
Christ, he tried
but if
holding on.
you probably shouldn't. But you can repair your ship.
Yeah,
if you do.
Gunk and Scorn would be
you can also
bigger,
dance in this
bigger
game, which I
releases
think
that
is
have already
really,
been
really cute. It's like
shown,
a little
and I
bit
don't
of
think they
game
would be
built
something to
in.
see on a
Yes,
smaller
we
indie
gotta
show
show
like
you.
this.
Hold on. Once we get
Um,
back to the gameplay.
Yeah, well, I gotta,
but,
I gotta
SteamWorld
see the, I gotta
guys.
see the dancing.
Yeah, they're
it's
pretty
like
big.
a little
and,
rhythm game.
Those
Yeah.
those
And
games,
you
I
do
mean,
it,
friggin' Xbox
like,
bought
just,
out
just press the pop
lifetime
well, if you
exclusivity
mess
with a ton
up,
of
then
funding
your
for
character
it.
kind of
So
sweats, but
I could definitely see
it's
that at
really
Gamescom.
cute.
If
Just
it's
like
still
real
coming
life.
this
Just
year.
like real life.
Yeah, and
What did you-
a cool part of this, it's a since
I mean,
it's a
yeah,
non-violent
I don't know.
game,
They
it's hard
could
to
be
have,
at
like, kind of
Gamescom because that
enemies,
game's
and
so
it's hard to,
enormous.
like,
They might
make
have something to show.
make the player fail if
Like they haven't
you're
really
not doing
shown the see.
a
Oh
good
my god,
service to your
this
passengers.
guy's
So
fucking
he created this
mustache.
villain who is the health inspector.
Come on, you're all
Like,
wearing
if you're doing
headphones. You can
bad,
hear him. You
he
can
shows
say
up
mustache.
in his little scooter.
microphone's
and
on your
The
mustache.
one way you can distract him is with
Oh.
your hands. So that's a very important aspect of this mechanic.
I love that.
I'm his mustache now.
Oh my gosh. Oh wow.
Wait, why did you decide
Seems
on
like
it?
you guys are going the wrong way, I think.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
wait.
should probably have somebody driving.
Well, I mean, you woke up and you chose chaos.
I'll drive.
Obviously.
Let's
Why
go.
did you decide on
Wahoo!
an intergalactic travel company?
Well,
I'll have fun with
that's
this.
a good question, but I think there's something about like
Yeah,
there's a bunch of
the
retro
Death's
futuristic
Door took
games
great advantage,
out
like the
there,
Ascent did,
and, we have the
with
impression that they're usually based on
having a oh
futures
god that
from the
fucking
40s
mustache
or
with
like the 70s,
using extra
and
studios
most
to
of
help
them
polish up
are
other
very
things they
dark.
couldn't do directly,
And, like in the 40s,
like
everything
the
about space
sound and the
was
music
scary.
and stuff.
In the 70s,
Working with
everything
other
about
people for
space
it.
was scary as well, again because of aliens
Yeah.
and
Jesus
stuff
Christ,
like that.
they're too jumpy. I'll just be
So,
this little guy.
uh,
Oh god, and immediately he
we
falls.
we thought that there should be a game that was as optimistic about like this colorful, weird, magical space like in the 60s. Like if
Yeah.
you watch Jetsons.
Yeah,
like,
the
it's
60s was not magical or
Jetsons.
anything if you were
Why
were
don't they
actually
have
part
the
of it.
pills that you could put in the microwave yet? Like, you know, like how they did on the Jetsons? And it turns into food?
Oh my god, stop driving like this. I'm getting
What
so
are-
sick.
What are the kind of, when you're on a flight, what are kind of the core tasks that you have to be able to do? Because this kind of has like a bit of like an overcooked kind of vibe mixed with like FTL. I think that was mentioned earlier. So yeah, what are the kind of things you have to do while you're flying?
Ah, sorry, I'm back. Jesus Christ, I fell to the nether.
We love Overcooked, and one of the key different one of the
Stop
key
doing this
differences
to me, you son of a bitch.
these games is that we everything
Yeah, they're just doing everything right in front of each other.
the events to happen. So you have all the food and the little systems in the ship and the stuff you can do. But
There's
what
so many of them
happens
talking, so I'll be over here,
is
friendos.
AI, which is controlling what is happening during the trip. If somebody gets sick and starts to puke, or if there's more.
All right, I'll turn that alien voice off.
So you kind of have to improvise with the stuff you have. So you can
What time is
pilot
it?
the ship,
We got one more thing, right? Yeah.
navigate
This segment's
maps,
just about to
you can
end.
cook, you
And
can,
that'll pretty much be it.
Like we've tried to get these.
We got
tropes
that
from
last
sci-fi,
trailer.
Like redirect power to shields,
Yeah.
you know, that kind of stuff. So you can control the power,
Mm-hmm.
and mainly you have to handle the passengers. So if they're getting bored, they might start like
Getting bored, you
pushing
say,
buttons
huh?
And turning off the gravity.
Can you
and,
eject them? Can you send them out if you're just like, you know what, this one's too rowdy?
This is the number one most requested question we have, and it's weird. I think it says something about the little
Listen,
aliens.
you know, sometimes you gotta get stuff done. And if it's causing trouble, they get the boot. All right.
Hey, yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
get
type
it. It's
shit.
like yeah.
Hey, we're in the
Well,
swinging
I don't wanna be rude,
60s. Everything's great.
Well,
But if you actually went back and lived in the 60s, it really sucked.
The inspector will show up, and he's
Leaded gasoline was a really bad
And then
thing
he
for
just
the
dance off, and he's just
not
like,
the
"Ooh,
environment so much as in making
then
humanity
they eject them.
really violent.
Fun to watch.
I love that.
It's a crazy thing you don't think about too often. Is just how much leaded gasoline caused violence all around the world every second of every day for a very long time.
It was a close call.
Wow.
Good job, guys.
Oof. Nice. Nicely done. Wow. That is just so
We
cool.
were a bit
okay.
delayed,
Go back to my demon voice.
Congratulations.
Hey, you know what? As you keep playing, like your time can only get be able to get better. What were some of the influences for the animation style for this game?
Well,
I guess you didn't have any.
the animation style. It's
Jesus, I have no answer for that, Steve. What the hell were you talking about, buddy?
We have
buddy?
a lot of different
buddy?
characters, so we have to kind of figure out the animation again every time we have like this different alien with 3 eyes, or like this muscular alien, or this bug alien. So it's really cool to
I don't
see like how
really have an answer for you,
Morty,
Steve.
does it, like because they have a lot of different species of aliens every episode, and they have like their different ways of moving, and yeah, really, I mean, Futurama, Rick and Morty, all these kind of like comedy
love
sci-fi
those.
shows.
Yeah, yeah.
They are a great influence.
That's cool. Well,
Okay, well-
Snow, you did a fantastic job there. You got us to the to our destination. Looks like you're about to go on another trip. If before we say goodbye, Fabio, like when can chat be able to expect to be able to play the game?
So as I said, right now we have this demo, which is public and free. By the way, the game is in beta, so we're inviting everyone watching to go and play and give us feedback. we have a form we set up in our Discord server, so go there and make suggestions. We're probably gonna get a lot of "Can I kick out the passengers?" But
Sorry.
we're ready. No. Other than that, it's coming fall this year on Xbox and PC. And we're actually right now we're opening a mailing list on a website for the pre-order of the special first class edition. Is going to have a bunch of cool content, and it's going to be available for purchase really soon. And yeah,
cool.
so I guess if you like comedy sci-fi like Futurama,
Damn it, I took too long.
or if you actually lived through the 60s, like the,
Too big.
the comedy sci-fi that
Too
was
late.
the 60s,
No, I'll
I
just
think
be him.
there's something for everybody here. So test it out.
Snowy,
Very
any final
cool.
thoughts?
I'm excited. I can see all the chaos that can happen, especially for people toggling the gravity and, feeding. You can actually feed your passengers food too. Like that's another way to entertain them.
Food, eh?
So there's a lot you can do on the ship, and so I'm excited. I can see the chaos, especially when you have like a group of 4 people just playing, and just it's got a lot of potential. I'm excited.
Thank you so much for being here, Snowy and Fabio. Fabio, it was great having you. We're excited to play.
My pleasure.
It looks amazing.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you both. I can't wait to be able to play this and jump in and just, run my own sort of intergalactic flight crew. I'm really
I'm gonna be the
looking
worst
forward to
team
that.
member. I'm just gonna choose chaos the entire time. So
I'll have to keep an eye out for those airlocks just in case. Wow. Very cool. Well, thank you so much. Now, moving on, we actually
Okay, no more.
have another exclusive trailer for you all that we think you're going to really you're going to enjoy. So here's a look at The Artful Escape.
Hey, you were right.
Gosh, no.
Gosh diggity! Yep, you know what? Let's enjoy.
Yo, I'm Johnny Galvatron, and I'm a person who works at Beethoven and Dinosaur. Right now I'm going to be showing you a game that we've been working on since the fall of the Ottoman Empire in 1904. It's a game about a teenage guitar prodigy called Francis Vendetti. Francis is living in the shadow of his uncle, a dead folk superstar who many consider to be the voice of a generation. Attempting to escape the expectations of his hometown and his own insecurities, Francis embarks on a multi-dimensional adventure to inspire a new stage persona. It's called The Artful Escape. It begins, as many stories do, at home, and Francis's hometown is Calypso, Colorado.
Francis, you
You're
little
Australian, we're in Colorado.
bastard. Come to me, my love. I think when you're beneath those lights, I might catch a glimpse of my old friend.
Do your thing, lady.
You'll believe it's 1955.
Anyway,
I
a
can do
bunch
that all
of
the time.
nonsense occurs, and Carl Weathers floats majestically into town.
I'm supposed to be a serious folk musician.
Oh, baby, we'll have you back in time for breakfast.
Lena Headey shows up to play a giant floating asymmetrical space head.
Well, if it isn't a fluffy little piece of space dust.
Then it gets a bit weird.
A bit?
We're gonna drop you into the Heliotrons now for some musical mischief.
It'd be funnier if he sucked at guitar. He's just constantly off key. This will be on Game Pass in a little under a month.
The game uses a cipher called the Musical Key to interact and jam with the multiverse. You can use it to unlock doors, free jam, communicate with impossible creatures, and summon a pod of disco worms.
Yeah, Cersei looks like that because she had all those rocks fall on her head. Kind of rearranged things a bit.
We've only shown you a little of all the nonsense that happens in the Artful Escape, like boss jams, talk shows, and cosmic lungs. But here's some character customization set to a song written in 1988 by my musical partner Josh Abrahams, who doesn't know I stole it off his computer. Out September 9. Peace.
Boy, you can have some looks. Can I get a giant codpiece? Stop knocking all my stuff down. All right, I think that's it. If they go back to them talking, I'll probably just leave.
Megan, you
It
were
looks so
kidding.
good.
That logo, you freaked out.
Well, I read the chat. And it said Artful Escape. I already knew it was Annapurna. I cannot. That game is so incredible. I've been following it since it got announced. I actually got to speak with the dev, the dude who was talking. And he
Johnny
was, like,
Galvatron.
in surfer shorts. He's
Yeah,
so
it looks pretty crazy.
so
Rithwick.
chill and, like,
Freaking
he was
dog
in
just
his
really. She really wants to come down here and get pet, but she just knocks all of the stuff over to the point where my freaking desk is starting to fall apart. I need to get some new screws. She knocked the old ones out and they snapped.
beautiful, right? What do you think?
love that. And
I think it looks like shit.
Like, this is kind of a game that, again,
Oh, just kidding.
Like, I haven't played like stuff like Oxenfree, so
All right.
this kind of has that kind of vibe. But what I love about this, because before I got into gaming, my previous career was in radio. So I grew up kind of like with the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s kind of like music. I love the kind of like classic rock style, and like hearing the guitar riffs and the guitar harmonies. The distortion and like even the voice cast was kind of cool. Like it just has this neat like look to it,
didn't have the
that I
content of
think
the
in a
last one,
way
but if the
only
last one had
Annapurna
that
can be able to kind of like
had that format, I
do
think it would've
in
been
that like
better.
in this sort of like epic
but yeah,
kind of
they've already shown off
in this
so much.
really cool epic
And there's
way.
already so much coming from
I'm
that, so I
stoked.
wasn't expecting anything crazy.
I'm so stoked.
I just figured it'd be
Annapurna
fun
is
to
like
watch
my
it together.
favorite
I
studio.
will
They just know
definitely
how
do this again
to
with
release like the
Gamescom.
best games. The way they curate games, I already know I'm gonna love it. I'm like, that title card comes up and I'm like, yeah, I'm
then we'll have to
pre-ordering.
see, like,
I'm saving it.
Yep.
And this one has been a long-awaited one. So it's so cool to see that new gameplay, the customization at the end. Oh, man, I'm so excited. I'm sorry, I'm having a moment.
But other than
Me
that,
too.
I'll
I
be
mean,
back
I'm
here
just excited.
tomorrow,
We
and I
get to see
will
some
be starting
amazing
up
games
with
today from the ID at Xbox that are going to be coming
on
soon.
Thursday, 'cause
We saw stuff for like the Veil, which I'm personally loving. I love that like that's there. We got to see just a ton of like really just Pathfinder paparazzi. We got to know like find out like Stardew coming to Game Pass. Like it's just it's so cool. Like what are your thoughts of like what were your kind of favorite moments of this so far?
And probably Friday,
Well, I blacked out when I was talking to Eric during that Stardew moment. I got real sweaty. So I think that was my favorite moment, as long as it was okay. Do you think I did all right?
It was
I don't
good.
know.
No, you did great. You did fantastic. Yeah.
Sarah Bond, I was trying to be super cool.
God damn it. God, they were super loud. I could not turn the desktop audio down. That's annoying. All right, so Wednesday, Halo. Thursday and probably Friday, and who knows how long Hades. I'll probably mix up Halo, start Halo, play a little bit, go into Hades. So that'll be the way I do that going forward for the next, I don't know, week or two. Because Hades is great. So I'll probably do like a mostly Thursday and maybe mostly Friday Hades stream, and then get back to Halo and sort of jump between the two. Couple hours of Halo, jump into Hades to finish things. But I'll see you guys tomorrow, starting with Halo 3. I've done Halo 1 and 2, which you can go through on the channel if you want. The beginning of the show is better if you want to jump backwards in the VOD if you're watching live now. Probably be good. The first, I don't know, half an hour or so was very good. Didn't have the best content the rest of the way. And if you do like what we do, Patreon.com/XboxEra is the best way to support us outside of liking and commenting and subscribing and everything here on the channel. But I will see you guys back here tomorrow for more Coffee with Cabesa at the normal start time of 10 a.m. Eastern. So, I say, I bid all of you adieu.